They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shits. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got rods on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
Is not on me. Now tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibes on the nation. LIP in our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out.
See, it's 99% cap, 1% gameplay, 100% vibes. Don't bring that bullshit my way. Try your luck, go against the vibe. Where you fuck, you gon' think I'm Mike Grable the way I make them tighten up. You'll be lucky if you even score. You should read more, though I choose to live in peace. You should know I bleed war. I'm a recon man, one of the best in the sport. I keep a drone on my hip, I let it out to explore. They say the ops on the way. I see one, I know it's more. They just ran inside a building, my EMP gon' deploy. Make a panic, play support. Crypto going manic, they tryna figure out how I do assault damage. Real just mark the surroundings, I know they can't stand it. Borowski sending out his ghost and they don't understand it. I'm headed to the high grounds to get all overstanding. Now you from a distance, see your partners, they done left you stranded. Damn, you know you headed to the lobby, right? Sorry for your awful fight, I admit it was easy. Get you some practice or you always die. I know you doing that ping thing, they gone, made it out of sniper range. Level 1 knockdown shield, it's been 7 minutes in the fucking game, I'm devoted. Hit you with the devotion, hear it wind up, quick motion. Now I'm headed with the wind to your partners, but I'm focused. See, GOAT just hit that beast on the hunt. Ghosts is ghosts, we reloaded, blow the EMP and we done.
They know I got them vibes, so you know
What up?
them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shits. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we
Man,
got rods on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
Trey. What up? Evan P. What up?
LIP in our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out the mud.
Hey. We back.
Let me teach you how to vibe. Let me
We
teach you
back.
how to vibe.
Kicks wheel. Now. Happy holidays. Feels so good to be back. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a fun stream today.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
If you're watching on Facebook, hit that like, share, follow, comment, tap into the daily content. If you're watching on YouTube, you got picture in picture, like, comment, share, tap in, daily podcast, go up 8 a.m. every day, except for the last few days. I had to take a little break, see a little family, you feel me? Holiday time, why not? If you're watching on Twitch, Amazon Prime, once a month, you can sub to the channel for free. Cost you nothing, it's already in your plan. Picture in picture. If you're not watching on any of those, make sure you follow me on other social media platforms and watch on Kick. No ads, up to 50 emotes you can use free just by being a follower to the channel. Got picture in picture. And if you want to catch the late night streams, if you don't see me live on Facebook or YouTube, on Kick late night and Twitch late night, we'll be on watching game film, watching podcasts, doing all kind of other things, listening to music, gaming.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Even B, Roll Tide, William D, Brad, Tommy Ingram. What's good? Man, let's start off by saying Roll Tide. Alabama Crimson Tide is on to play Indiana in the CFP. People is crying and mad. I just sitting back at home in North Alabama, right on the Tennessee River, kicking back, watching TV, look down at my phone every few hours, see people crying about Alabama being in the CFP, moving on, seeing Miami get a road win and move on. If y'all haven't checked that out, me and Rich did a CFP prediction pod. It's on YouTube, on both our channels. Then Tennessee Titans home game, play the Chiefs. Gardner Minshew goes out on the first drive. Titans in a rout, flood the Chiefs. Cam Ward has another good day. Tennessee Titans 2 Pro Bowlers, Jeff Simmons, Chim, the 4th round rookie out of Florida, get named to the Pro Bowl. Cam Ward breaks Titans rookie QB record in passing yards. Chim DK is knocking on the door of the all-time rookie record and all-time NFL record by Tim Brown and by Darren Sproles in all-purpose yards, and got named to the Pro Bowl as a 4th round draft pick. Man, just all around was been a fun little sports weekend. Got to rewatch Stranger Things Volume 2 for season 5. Gonna drop on Christmas. What else, man? What else? It's just been an interesting time while I was a little breakdown. Hope y'all got to spend some time with y'all family too this holidays. Got us being Indiana. Yeah. I think all the pressure's on Indiana, and it's never been good for a Heisman Trophy winner in these situations, playing in a national championship or college football playoff situation. It's always tough to follow up an MVP or Heisman with the performance on the field, and Alabama's got all the confidence in the world after being down 17 on the road against Oklahoma to come back and win that game, making the Notre Dame faithful tweet and delete. They was mad about that post. It's not my fault, man. Y'all, if you a Notre Dame fan, a Texas fan, a Vandy fan, and you had made you some memes up and you was getting ready to share them, and then Alabama came rolling back to win, and then you seen Miami pull off an upset win on the road, you had to be thinking, we should have been in over. Man, you need to go talk to JMU and Tulane and the contract that y'all signed, saying that y'all should have been in there. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Roll Tide, roll to 19. Got a new coffee cup too. Shout out to my mama. He said 34-7 after down 17. Nothing is crazy. Yeah, that Xavier and Brown pick 6 just reminded me of the Tennessee game. And then I don't know if you got to see the behind the scenes. I shared it on my Twitter of what he said when he walked off the field after the pick 6, and he was like, "I'm sick, I'm starving, and I'm hungry, boy." It got me lit up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my dog, some movie with 1,499 days, one short of 1,500. How you doing, my boy? Man, hope the holidays is treating you well. And Tyler Shook. Is Kellen Moore got them boys training up after the Shaheed trade. I'm proud of y'all. I'm glad you came in, Smoothie, because it got me onto my first topic. Cam Ward haters. I need y'all to show up now. They be in my comments. They be writing books. They be writing novels. Here's your chance to get in the Discord and prove me wrong on everything I said being right. Some of y'all out there believe that Cam Ward was going to get drafted number 1 to the Tennessee Titans, and he's going to win 17 games and knock off the Dolphins for the all-time undefeated record, and have an undefeated season, and he's going to throw for 10,000 yards, 75 touchdowns and no picks. Man, y'all can't be serious. They disappeared, and I'm going to tell you why they disappeared. Every Titan fan, and for y'all that know, for y'all that's close and follow my channel, y'all know I'm in a group chat with a bunch of media people from the Tennessee Titans, people that report and, work in the news with the Titans. We all argue back and forth about what a good season would look like preseason coming into this season for Cam Ward being the first overall pick. And the consensus was a great year would be the Titans playing 500 ball. I said 5 or 6 wins would be a stretch with the roster, the way it looked coming into the season. The jury was still out on Callahan. Should they have fired him when they got rid of Rand? And we all sat back and said, all we want to see this year is Cam Ward progress and them not get him killed year 1. We just didn't want to see him.
Let me teach you
in
how
the
to
blue
vibe.
tent. We didn't want to see him have a Joe Burrow rookie year where he gets knocked out and has a serious injury. We didn't want to see him be the way Jackson Dart is now. And I like Jackson Dart, but some of y'all are getting very, very delusional. When I make a post that shows Jackson Dart having 33 pass yards and last week ran the ball 10 times coming off of a concussion. And I sit and watching people in the comments saying, he went in protocol 5 times, but he got cleared 4, so he really only had 1 concussion. Yeah, and he sat out 2 games and came back the next game and ran the ball 10 times as a QB coming off of a concussion, sitting out for 2 weeks. And then the next game throw for 33 yards. And now the excuses come because I said, I'm not comparing Cam Ward to no other quarterback. I'm saying when I watch the tape, when I see him play, is he getting better? Is he progressing with the
Let me
situation
teach you how to
he's
vibe.
given? And he is. And all year, people say you should have took Dart. You should have took Abdul Carter.
Let me teach you how to
You should
vibe.
have took this person. You should have took that person. And now, when Jackson Dart has a game where he threw, if Cam Ward threw for 33 yards in a football game and the Titans lost by 3, my phone would blow up. It literally would implode. It would be like the Tesseract exploding over Hawkins on Stranger Things. I promise it would. But y'all gotta start. You can't have it both ways. If you want to keep comparing him to other people, then when they have bad games, y'all not want to stand on it. You have to stand on it. Cam Ward has gotten better since they fired Callahan and we hit the bye week. Every single week, Cam Ward has gotten better as a QB. Holding the ball less, moving in the pocket, completion percentage, getting in and out of the huddle, less penalties.
Let me teach
1
you how to
turnover
vibe.
in 2 months. They're being loose with the football in the pocket, fumbling for no reason. All that's
Let me
gone.
teach you how to vibe.
Now that he doing that is he's supposed to have a Jaden Daniels year. What happened to Jaden Daniels year 2? They said Drake May and Caleb Williams was bust. What happened to Drake May and Caleb Williams year 2? The Patriots picked top 5 last year. The Bears had a top overall draft pick last year. They were not good. But it's called building and developing. Then we got to hear about CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud had a great rookie year and trended down every year and statistically since then. When you draft a QB, that one player is not going to change your entire roster. You want to make sure that that player is progressing throughout their rookie contract to where you can build a team around them and you make a decision at the end of year 4. Will I sign him to a long-term deal or not? So if we're going to be fair and say, what was Joe Burrow at end of year 1? Dead. The Bengals got him killed year 1. What Trey Lance looked like year 1 on the 49ers when they traded 3 draft picks for him. I can go down the list. If anybody want to get in and have this, you're not going to win this debate with me. You're not going to win it. Yeah, I mean, this is a thanks movie. He's not, just like we thought that Spencer Rattler wasn't the reason y'all was losing. Tyler Shuck has played better than Spencer Rattler, and you didn't get him killed in the beginning of the season. And you could build around what Shuck is doing right now with Kellen Moore. Now, you see the struggles the Eagles offense have had since Kellen Moore has left. I think that's a big part of it. I think Alabama got a legitimate chance to win the college football playoff as long as they can protect Ty Stinson and defense can play well enough in key situations. I think with that is, can Alabama run the football? That, like, against Indiana, against potentially Oregon or Texas Tech, and then potentially Ohio State, Georgia, whoever they play, Alabama got to run the football. That's where the protection for Ty Simpson comes from, is the Alabama being able to run the football. Ken will be fine with the Titans had to continue to build a team around him. I mean, that's the point that people that are Cam Ward haters have to see is, if you go down and look at Cam Ward progressing week after week since the bye, every week you see him getting better. every single week, him getting better. And without turning the ball over. Then I got to look in the comments and they say, well, he needs to make everybody around him. What Chim just got sent to the Pro Bowl, right? A rookie, 4th round draft pick, receiver, slot receiver. Chim going to the Pro Bowl. Gunnar Helm broke the rookie tight end receiving record. What else we got to do? What Cam Ward got to do? Oh yeah, Zay, I'm in here. KT2, John David, Tyler, Spotlight, Q, what up? Y'all need to get a good coach first. Bad one gonna have y'all in the same spot. I think that's what people got to realize about the NFL. YUG is who you pick at your coach is important. Look at all the teams in the NFL that's playing good versus the ones that's playing bad. It's all coaching. It's all coaching. So the Titans got a decision to make of the direction they want to go with the coach. I really think they're gonna pick somebody that that can be a Swiss Army knife though. So they need somebody that can handle this rebuild. He said this was his highest completion percent, but to me, I never really looked at completion percentage the way most people do. When you watch a Titan game, see, I watch all the games, and then I watch all the games back, and I watch a lot of like game film. How many times does he dirt balls because people in the wrong spot? How many times is it just pure throwaways versus he threw the ball in the direction of somebody and he was errant or inaccurate? To me, that's what I look like. I mean, that's what I look at. That's why I say like, yes, on some of his deep balls this year, he's been inaccurate on some of his deep balls. See, I'm fair to criticize him on places that he have been, but this past game, every time he got a chance to put the ball downfield, he put it on the money. Ravens Joe Driller, what up? Who do you think the Raiders might, then a quarterback, Dante Moore, a little buddy that won a Heisman? Talking about Indiana. I don't know. I mean, they're saying that I mean, they got rid of Chip Kelly. They're saying that Pete Carroll wants to stay. I think they got to figure out the direction that they want to go in. I don't know, man. I don't know who you take at QB. I mean, obviously they got Brady in the front office to help them make this decision though. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be different if they didn't have Tom Brady. They got Tom Brady to help them select a QB. Pete wants to run and play defense and have a game manager for a QB. But I think that can work. But here's the deal. I can have a playmaker that's a star player and make him manage games, i.e. Justin Herbert. Look what Jim Harbaugh has done with Justin Herbert. He took Justin Herbert and make Justin Herbert throw the ball less, run the ball more, and the Chargers are more efficient. Like I don't think the game plan is to have a less talented quarterback. I'd rather have a more talented quarterback do less. If you look at Drake May and look at Jordan Love, like that's what they are. Jordan Love and Drake May can do everything. But the fact that they teams and their coaches still want them to play a balanced football game is just smart. It put them in less danger. Like I said about the Myles Garrett game, like you don't drop back 40 times with Myles Garrett as the pass rusher on the other side and think your quarterback don't get hit. Like sometimes your game plan gotta be, I'm gonna let my quarterback throw it 28 times and he need to hit at 75% of those. We just gonna throw it less. We just gonna be more efficient. Sometimes you ain't got to throw the ball 50 times to have your numbers. Look at Brock Purdy. Like the way Brock Purdy play in their 49er offense is the perfect way they want him to play. He's not going to be sitting here throwing the ball 70 yards down the field every play. He going to kill you from the 10 to 15 yard range. You're going to die by 1,000 cuts. But having the ability to get up and down the field and score when you need to is also important. Q, Ravens Joe. But yeah, man, I just thought that was funny, bro. I was like, dog, what would happen if Cam Ward throw for 33 yards in a football game? How would that react? How would people react to that? Then next is the Giants is tanking. You don't tank if your quarterback run the ball 10 times in a game coming off concussion. I'm not hearing it. And don't get me started on JJ McCarthy. Don't get me started on JJ McCarthy. But let's get into this game though. That was a let me back up so y'all can see what I see. They get Neighbors back. Yeah. This the thing. I like the Giants and I like what they did, but I just used them and poke a little fun with them because the whole point in that game was everybody said the Titans was dumb for drafting Cam Ward. They should have got Abdul Carter. Then Abdul Carter didn't turn out to be what they wanted him to be. James Pierce Jr. turned out to be the dog edge rusher in this class. Then it started being, oh, well, y'all should have got Jackson Dart. Then when Jackson Dart started playing bad and stay in the blue tent, now it's, man, well, Cam Ward didn't get the Titans to the playoffs this year. He said, let's hear about JJ, the QB later. I don't want to hear it. And that's my only part is I come here to do, to have the conversation is if anybody want to have that conversation, please let's have that conversation because Cam Ward can consistently get better week after week after week. And he's still not getting any credit. They're still gonna say he a bust. And I'm just like, please show me the bust. Because he's literally out there. They said Sanders gonna be better though. Let's keep it a buck. Not if the Browns ruin him. Oh, like to me, the only way that Shador gonna get to play to his potential is he get out of Cleveland. He gonna have to leave Cleveland to get out. That's what I'm saying. YEG. Imagine if Cam Ward was throwing the ball to Jay Jettis. This is the receiving for the Titans Sunday, and then win over the Chiefs. Alec Aomaner, Tajay Spears, Chig Okonkwo, Chim DK, Van Jefferson, and Gunnar Ham. Rookie, second string running back, second string tight end, and Van Jefferson, bro. Y'all gotta get out of here, man. Y'all gotta get out of here. He said Panthers to the Super Bowl. I like what y'all doing. It's gonna be tough though. NFC got too many veteran teams though.
Let me teach you how to
said
vibe.
Browns aside, he gonna be better. For sure. I mean, how are you gonna say like Browns aside? So like we just gonna take Shador and put him wherever we want him to be, or does he actually have to get on the team and get away from Cleveland? I'm confused. I'm confused. He said I had to pass the pack in the preseason for that statement though. You ain't got to pass the pack though. Like I did say, I agree with you. I thought the Panthers was gonna be able to compete in the division. I like what y'all been putting it together. I just had to see it. Cause see, Tone, people try to do the same thing with Cam Ward, and I said, who on earth thought that Bryce Young, when he got to the Panthers, was gonna take the Panthers and make them be a Super Bowl team? Like what was on the team with Bryce Young when he got there to make you think that they was gonna be a good team? They haven't been good since Cam Newton left. Y'all drafted Troy McMillan. Y'all got Xavier Leggett. Y'all got Coker. Y'all got Jatavian Sanders. Rico Dowdle came over. Y'all kept Chuba Hubbard. Y'all got better on defense. Now y'all can compete. Now y'all can contend. But I mean, you can't just throw Bryce Young on there and thought he was gonna make them better. It said he's just talking to be talking. Yeah, I need to know. He said the coach Stefanski gone after this season. Sanders is gonna do what all the quarterbacks couldn't do. I'm the best, Ray Andre. The best thing that could possibly happen, because I like Shedeur. I'm a Shedeur fan. He got to get out of Cleveland, bro. Like, you think it's just Stefanski. Stefanski ain't been in Cleveland for the last 60 years, brother. 60 years. Stefanski ain't been there for the last 60 years of us watching them do this. That's what was my biggest worry about this draft class, was them getting on teams that was going to ruin them. I was praying that Shedeur went somewhere other than Cleveland. But that he's on Cleveland. If they fire Stefanski, their front office still is confused. Stefanski didn't draft 2 QBs. The front office drafted 2 QBs. Even if you get Stefanski out of there, who are you hiring that's going to be able to come in and make it work? It's the Browns. So you realize that, right? Like, there has to be a willing coach to come there to fix it. Tone said Devin Funchess. That's what I'm saying. Sanders definitely has to get out of Cleveland. He can't just leave, though. They're going to fire the coach and stuff from there. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You saying Shedeur is going to be the best quarterback in this class. I'm saying he need to get out of Cleveland for that to even be a possibility. If he stay in Cleveland, the same front office that drafted 2 QBs is going to be the same front office that's picking a coach. They can't even come to grips to say that they wanted him or didn't want him. They saying the owner wanted him, but the front office didn't want him, and the coach didn't want him. Now they got him, and they don't know what to do with him. I'm saying, what if you bring in a coach that don't want to coach Shedeur and they got a top pick? Best case scenario for Shedeur is to get out of Cleveland, bro. And you saying Browns aside. What do you mean Browns aside? It might take him 2-3 years to get out of Cleveland. The same way it was for Baker Mayfield. The same was for Sam Darnold and Geno Smith to get off the Jets. Like, it might take Shedeur 3 or 4 years to get out of there. Becker, he said, nah, not the class. All the other number ones they brought in, he gonna be the best thing for them. I think you confused, bro. I'm saying he not leaving. He growing once they fire him. Do you understand the people that drafted him is still going to be there? They're going to hire a coach. If they hire a coach that don't want Shedeur Sanders, he's going to be right back in the same position. You have to understand it. You have to understand it. If they bring in a coach that's coming in to fix Shedeur Sanders, if he come in and they don't mesh well, what are you going to do? They're going to ruin the first rookie contract.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
The best thing for Shedeur is to get out of Cleveland. I don't think you understand it. JJ Hurt again, trying to heat up those Kyler Murray and Minnesota rumors. I'm not speaking hypothetically. You brought the hypothetical up. I literally said Shedeur is stuck in Cleveland. He needs to get out of Cleveland to realize his potential. You said Cleveland aside. That's a hypothetical. I'm speaking in actual that he needs to get out of Cleveland. You're hypothetically saying that if they hire the coach that wants to coach him, or if they believe he's the guy, that's a hypothetical. I'm saying he needs to get out of Cleveland. He needs to force his way out. He needs to do what Joe Milton did last year and find his way onto the Cowboys. Like, you need to do something. Ruben Bain is a good player in the 26th draft. Oh, for sure. He said, who gonna come in and hate on him? You must not understand how this works. You must not understand how this works. Shedeur Sanders will wind up being a 5th round pick. The Browns are not tied to him. The Browns have their 1st round pick. They got the Jaguars 1st round pick. They got 2 1st round picks. If they hire a coach and this coach in the front office say, we're going to go draft a 1st round quarterback, Shedeur is the best thing for him is to get out of there. If they bring a coach in that's saying, I want to coach Shedeur, if it comes in and they don't mesh and it don't work, it's a complete setback, because you had 2 1st round picks this year and then you didn't take a quarterback. It's going to be another 2 years because you're going to wind up firing the coach. Like, that's what's going to happen, but I don't know how else to say this. He's going to be the clock. I hope he gets out of Cleveland so he can be the guy. Best thing for Shedeur is if he gets traded to the Raiders, if he gets sent to get him out of there, bro. Go somewhere else. Go to the Cardinals. Go to the Colts. Go somewhere. Get out of Cleveland, dog. What happened to Odell when he left Cleveland? Super Bowl. What happened to Baker Mayfield when he left Cleveland? Get out of Cleveland, Shedeur. Get out. It ain't always no setback. It's Cleveland, right? You gotta understand, like, this is like top 2 worst NFL franchises you could possibly get drafted to as a QB. Yes, get Shedeur to Minnesota. Let him throw to Jay Jettis. And Shedeur will have fun with Kevin O'Connell. I wanted Shedeur to go to the Saints, but the Saints got Tyler Shuck. Like, I wanted Shedeur to go anywhere other than Cleveland. He said, thank you for putting built the ass on Kansas City and let us move into number 5. Yo, salute. He said, just go ahead and add him to the wall of Browns QBs is the Browns. That's what I'm trying to say is, like, you can't say it's a hypothetical when you talk about the Cleveland Browns, dog. Like, the Browns and the Jets is 2 places I wouldn't want to go. Repeat after me. It's Cleveland. It's the Browns. It's the Browns. Jamal McCoy. Yeah, I don't think the Titans take a cornerback 1st rounder. And then here's the other part of it. A rebuild should be like a 2-year rebuild. If you get lucky on your 2nd year, you could be good. Like the Patriots, like the Bears. If you get lucky. But most of the time in the NFL, like, look at the Jaguars. You take Trevor Lawrence at the top of the draft. How many games has Trevor Lawrence won in the postseason? $276 million deal. Justin Herbert, as good as Justin Herbert is, how many postseason games have Justin Herbert won? Like, realistically, at the end of your rookie deal, in the beginning of your 2nd contract is when you got a chance to really turn up as a QB. Anybody who think that you're going to draft a quarterback in the 1st round and the team is instantly going to be a contender, like, y'all are really smoking. If you want that debate, please, I click the Discord button instantly. But I just need y'all to understand this. Call of Duty co-creator. It's tough. He created Apex Legends and Titanfall. Yeah, dude's a legend. Like LL said, I need love as in Jeremiah love. Let's get back to what we do. I don't think we get love, though. As much as I'd like to have Jeremiah love in a Titan uniform, I don't think we get him. Caleb Downs. He going top 10. Jay Gusto, happy holidays. Top 10, top 15, I think Caleb Downs out of there. Starting to think there's a strong possibility Arizona looks to Malik Willis in free agency. Current GM Austin Fort was in Tennessee as director of player personnel when Willis was drafted. I'm happy for Malik Willis though that he got a chance to develop. He wouldn't have developed in Tennessee. See, Ray Andre, Malik Willis would not have had time to develop in Tennessee. When Vrabel was there and Tannehill not wanting to take him under his wing when he got drafted, Vrabel was in a win now mode. I don't think we had time to develop Malik Willis. It was not the right situation. Best thing for Malik Willis was to get out of Nashville. And right now, that's the same thing for Will Levis. Will Levis need a second home. He got caught up in the end of the Vrabel Tannehill era after Malik Willis and got caught in the Brian Callahan nonsense, which probably going to go down as the worst coach in Titans history. So I think Will Levis is second home. I think Will Levis is going to be able to play pretty decent. They said Malik as a person. I like Malik's personality. He was just like, you know, like a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what people said, like he kept his head up. He said, you don't see many draft picks flip a team to contenders. Even if they do for 1 year. Jaden Daniels last year, they got him killed year 2. RG3 got him killed. A lot of times when you see Vince Young in Nashville, if a person, they rookie year come and do some flash in the pan shit, odds is they're going to get him killed before he even get through his first contract. That's why I was saying Bo Nix went to the playoffs year 1 with Sean Payton. Jaden Daniels is a unicorn. They went to the NFC Championship year 1. Year 2, Commanders is going to have a top 5 pick. Drake May and Caleb Williams, the Patriots picked top 5 last year, and the Bears had a top pick. They took Colston Loveland. Year 2, with new coaches in Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel, and good free agency spent in offseason, both their teams is competing and playing better right now. The key ain't to get it and have a flash in the pan year. The key is to sustain it over time. Can you do this? Can this number 1 pick, can this first round pick be somebody you could build around to play good for a decade? The way the Chiefs have with Mahomes, the way the Bills is with Josh Allen, the way the Ravens is with Lamar. Like, can you do it? Like, that's literally it. Cedric Gray got hurt at the end of the season. It kind of hurt him. You like Tate from Ohio State? A lot of people do. Even with a top 5 draft pick, I don't think Arizona be in a position to take one of the top QBs with the Raiders, Jets, Browns in front of them. They had to trade for the number 1 with the Giants, which is scary to give them a top 5 pick. But see, that's the whole point though, is CJ Stroud, great year 1. Every year after that, statistics go down. They ain't been able to put an offensive line around him. Right now, the Texans is good, not because of CJ Stroud, because of the Texans defense. But CJ Stroud, like, I like CJ Stroud. I think, like, he's a good QB. I think you can win with CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud is a dog. You know, so that's the whole point, is like, just because you drafted somebody at the top in the first round don't mean they're finna take your team and make your team be the undefeated Miami Dolphins or Patriots. That's not realistic. What's realistic is if your front office and your coaching staff can put together a good team around this quarterback through his rookie deal, to where when you pay him, you can draft and sustain the team like the Eagles done and the Chiefs done and the Bills done and the Rams have done. Like, then you could be a good franchise. But I mean, how many times we seen QBs have a good year 1 and then fizzle out? Or you seen a pick that picked in the first round struggle year 1, year 2 ball out? Look at Joe Burrow. First year, the Bengals got him killed. Year 2, ball. Look at Matt Stafford's first 2 years. Why I made that They're posting a video about Matt Stafford. His first 2 years, he didn't even play enough games for a full season because he stayed hurt, and his numbers was awful. Just go back in history, from Troy Aikman to Peyton Manning to all these guys' first years, it was ass. But if you really building the team and you believe in the team you building, you're gonna build something sustained for the future. Case in point, it's easy to use the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, first year, Dak Prescott went crazy. He's on the team with 9 Pro Bowlers. How many times has the Cowboys been in the conference championship since? They haven't been in the conference championship since 1996. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 year is cool, but can you sustain and put one of these first round draft picks to build a team over time? Where did the Ravens go in the off season? Best player available and continue doing what they're doing. Like the Ravens would have been fine. Lamar missed like 5 or 6 games. That game Sunday was a perfect example of their season. Started off hot. Derrick Henry fumbled. Game got back close. Derrick Henry scored, and then they didn't give Derrick Henry the ball the rest of the fourth quarter and lost. Like that's been the Ravens' MO. Ravens just need to do what they've been doing and take best player available. The Ravens is fine.
Let me teach you how to
Because you're going to mess around and blow the team up, and then where you going to be at. They got to get younger, though. I mean, you got D-Hop out there with Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers cannot be your number one. Zay Flowers cannot be your number one. He can't. He's a dog, but he can't be your number one. Every year in the playoffs, he have a costly fumble, dancing or doing some shit. Stockpile tricks and not trade him. Looks like that's they go the route of Malik Willis and draft the top O tackle. Fanu or Maui Goa. Gutted seeing Walter Nolan possibly tear his ACL on Sunday. Flash top tier talent, but could not stay healthy. Did Harbaugh keep Henry off the field in the fourth quarter? I have no clue why they didn't give Derrick Henry the ball in the fourth quarter. I was watching that game. I'm just like, what is they doing? Like, Derrick Henry is like, Harbaugh, bro. But fire away, man. Justin R. Jay Gusto, what up? I'm undefeated though, man. I need somebody to defeat me. Crazy games this week though. Seahawks Rams was crazy. Green Bay Chicago was crazy. Buffalo Cleveland was crazy. Carolina Tampa Bay is crazy. Back-to-back weeks, Tampa Bay get their heart ripped out their chest. Falcons Cardinals game ending was crazy. But nothing crazier than Pittsburgh Detroit. Pittsburgh Detroit ending just like they took the cake. There's a granddaddy of them all. He said Lions need offensive line in the draft. What do the Lions need? I mean, I think they need to be healthy defensively because they could not stop the Steelers from running down the stretch in the fourth quarter. But then I think they're the team that needs to take that needs to steal like a nasty D lineman or something, because Terry Arnold, Brian Branch, all the injuries they had throughout the season. I think they got to get healthy. He said, selling my parlay. Yeah, he really did. Not giving Derrick Henry the ball down the stretch. Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons and Chim DK to the Pro Bowl. It's starting to look like Bergonzi is making himself look like a genius. Cam Ward, Femi, Kevin Winston, Chim DK to the Pro Bowl. Gunnar Helm broke the tight ends rookie record. Cam Ward breaks the Titans quarterback rookie record. Alec Aomana has had a good year as a rookie wide receiver. Marcus Harris, who got hurt, but Marcus Harris has been one of the best corners on our roster this year after all the trades and drive-bys and things, like alleged drive-bys and things. Like Marcus Harris has been good. I think Jackson Slater is the only person we ain't got to see. Khalil Mullins has done his thing since getting his chance at short yardage. Who the Titans picking first? Best player available. If RVL Reese is on the board or Ruben Bain on the board, I think they take him. They got a chance to win a game or so down the stretch. So, Titans could end with 4 or 5 wins, still picking the top 5, 6. If RVL Reese and Ruben Bain, maybe Keldrick Falk is off the board, I could see the Titans going like best receiver in the draft. Because if that happens, the Titans would be looking at like Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson as a first round pick. I've done a bunch of different mocks. I'll do another different mock today from where the Titans sit, because in the beginning it was if the Titans gonna have a top 3 pick, they're gonna be trading out. Now looking at the pick order, Titans may be in a position to just pick best player available. And just because you got more draft picks don't mean you're gonna pick the right person. So that's a very interesting thing, and we'll do another mock draft tonight and kind of go over where because this guy I follow on Twitter, Seth Walder, he always has the draft pick order up to date. So I'm actually scrolling his Twitter right now to see if he's got a new draft pick order. He's got the AFC. Okay, here we go. December 21st. All right, we got it on the screen. Boom. Right now, the Raiders have a 44% chance of the number 1 pick, 95% chance of top 5. The Giants have a 29% of the number 1 pick. Browns got 24%. Jets 2. Now the Titans is out of the runnings for the number 1 pick, but they have a 57% chance at getting the top 5 pick. So best case, I mean, you got the Cardinals and Commanders is right behind the Titans. Titans play the Saints this week, which the Saints is right off the screen. I think I'm trying to look and see who plays each other. Some of these teams play each other down the stretch, so it's gonna make somebody flip. But I mean, right now, sitting if the Titans pick at 5, depending on who's behind, Raiders is probably picking QB. Giants is probably trading out. Browns either picking a QB or trading out. And then the Jets already have 2 first rounders. Jets and Browns got 2 first round picks. Jets and Browns got 2 first round picks. So that's going to be interesting to see. Titans is probably going to be able to stick and pick. I expect 2 QBs. If Moore and Fernando come off, Mendoza, if both of them come off the board, RVL Reese and Ruben Bain would be the next 2 people probably picked, unless somebody wanted to go offensive tackle. So Titans sitting at 5. Either RVL Reese or Ruben Bain is there. Or if I'm the Titans, like, you could consider trading back a few spots for somebody and just taking best player available, like best corner off the draft or best receiver out the draft. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. Said safety from Ohio State, talking about Caleb Downs shouldn't be out the board the further we fall in the draft order. I don't want the Titans to take Caleb Downs though, because you just paid Hook, and you got Kevin Winston Jr. coming back next year, as well as you still have Xavier Woods for another year. Giants and Raiders this Sunday determine the number 1 pick. Take off. Teams are made when you do your best scouting to get those starters in the second, third. I mean, think about it. What the Titans got in the second, third, and fourth: Femi, Kevin Winston Jr., Jim DK, Gunnar Helm, and Alec Ayomana. That's your 5 picks from the Titans. If the Ravens get the playoffs, we get an extra 4th. If the Ravens don't make the playoffs, we get an extra 5th. So hopefully the Ravens make the playoffs and the Titans will get to double dip their 4th round. But you're right though. You make your team up in the second, third, and fourth. But I mean, the Giants and Raiders picking 1 or 2. Then you got Browns, Jets, Titans. Potentially Cardinals and Commanders jump the Titans up in the order, but I'm fine with that. I mean, we be picking in the top 10 somewhere between 5 and 7, so I'm not mad at that. And that's not even counting Slater, Harris, and Mullins. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, Harris is gonna be our nickelback. Mullins is our short yardage guy. And if they can turn Jackson Slater into interior lineman, either the center for the future or a right guard, like, they'll be in double dip the chip. Because he was the second strongest offensive lineman in the entire draft. So it's just a matter of, I think, them getting him to where they want to have him at. Because they had 11 linemen on the initial 53. So Big Jeff, what it do? This is gonna be interesting. This right here of how this draft order pans out. So, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is the Raiders have to lose this game. The Raiders have to lose this game. If they lose to the Giants and then have to trade with the Giants to get the number 1 pick, that's a double L. Like, the Raiders is for sure losing. The Raiders is for sure losing. So I think it's going to be Raiders, Giants, Browns, Jets. I don't see the Browns beating Pittsburgh. Becca, I don't see it. I don't see the Browns beating Pittsburgh. So this is going to be interesting because you know the Giants is not picking QB. It's going to be more interesting to see what the Browns and Jets do. Because both of them got 2 first-round picks. So, like, you really can't put it past either one of them for what they going to do. Does Pete Carroll pull a Lovie Smith and mess it all up? It's no way you jump yourself out of the number 1 pick by beating the Giants. There's no way they do that, right? There's no way Pete Carroll wins that game versus the Giants. Like, you got to lose that game on purpose. Who else plays this coming week? Let me see. Let's see. Week 17 NFL schedule. All right, let's go to week 17. Let's get on the screen. Week 17. Dallas at Washington. All right. Dallas wins that game, right? Dallas beats Washington. Dallas beats Washington. Commanders move up. Detroit at Minnesota. Detroit got nothing to play for. Denver at Kansas City. Kansas City's tanking. Houston at the Chargers. Baltimore at Green Bay. Cardinals play the Bengals. So Cardinals need to lose to the Bengals. Cleveland might try to beat Pittsburgh. I don't know. Titans at New Orleans is going to have a lot to say about the draft order. Jacksonville play the Colts. Tampa Bay, Miami, New England play the Jets. Coming off a loss, I think New England beats the Jets in New York. All right, so Jets move up. Raiders lose to the Giants on purpose. Commanders get beat by the Cowboys and move up. Cardinals lose to the Bengals. Titans and Saints play. That's going to be interesting because it has implications on the draft order. Titans Saints. Titans Saints will be interesting for draft order. Titans win the game. They're probably picking 8th. Titans win the game. They're probably dropping the 8th, 7th or 8th on the board. Titans lose. I don't think they can skip the Jets. And I don't think they can skip the Browns at this point. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Titans probably lose to the Jags last week of the season. Titans probably beat the, I would like them to beat the Saints. Split the games 1-1. Titans probably pick 7th or 8th. They said Chicago loses. Who the Bears play? Bears play at San Francisco. That'd be a good game though. That's playoff. That's playoff positioning if they both playing their starters. Burrow, Chase, Higgins about to put their biggest belt on us. Raiders look decent against Houston, and Giants couldn't beat Max Brosmer. But this the thing though. If you're the Raiders, there's no way you beat the Giants and put yourself into second position on draft. With the Browns and the Jets both having 2 first-round picks, there's no chance that if they want Mendoza or Dante Moore, there's no way they win that game. It's no way the Raiders play to win versus New York. It's no way they play to win versus New York if they can just lose that game and have the number 1 overall pick. Like, they literally can lose that game and have the number 1 pick, like, locked. Bro, I'm resting people. I don't care. Players can cuss me out. And then the next week, Saints play Atlanta. Hopefully the Saints win that game. New York play at Buffalo. Buffalo probably beats them just for the hell of it. Cleveland plays Cincinnati. Cleveland might win that game. Let's see. Who else is in the draft position? Giants play the Cowboys at home last week. Cowboys get that win. Commanders play at Philly. That's a loss. I don't think we beat Jacksonville at Jacksonville. Texans ruined the Colts last week of the season. I don't know. Like, looking at this draft order look kind of crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna cap. I could see the Commanders jumping up here in the draft order. I see the Browns and Jets sticking. Raiders lose to the Giants on purpose and keep the number 1 pick. I think the Titans is the team that's gonna fall because we got the highest strength of schedule. So if we tie with these teams, we beat the Cardinals and the Browns, we'll probably push down. Titans probably pick 7. Even if they lost both of them, they can't jump in front of these 4 teams. And I think the Commanders would fall ahead of us. So, like, I think the Titans got to be saying best case scenario is Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain is on the board. I don't think that they'll be on the board. Then you got to start realistically looking at what's the best skill player that you take in the draft. Like, take the number 1 receiver in the draft, take the number 1 cornerback. Like, the Titans trading for draft capital seems to be off the board at this point. It really do. I think Titans trading for draft capital at this point is off the board. He said Burrow's checked out. I don't know. I don't know that we know that. Frustrated, missing the playoffs 3 straight years. Yes. Man, let's do a mock draft though. Let's do a mock. And we're gonna get into Stranger Things in a second, man. I got a theory. I got a theory. All right, which players list is we gonna use? Pro Football Network, Consensus, ESPN, Pro Football Focus, Athletic. Which one? Like, this is a new thing they got where you could pick which players list of top talent that to select from. Come on, chat. Which list y'all want to use? If not, I'm just gonna leave it on theirs. Sometimes I like to use other people's. All right, let's go consensus. Let's go consensus. We're gonna go consensus list. All right, let's see. All right, let me see how the draft went. Giants stick and pick. Arvell Reese 1. Ruben Bain to the Raiders. Mendoza, Caleb down. Okay, this is not smart. This is not smart. Let's try this again now. Let's try this again. There's no way the Giants stick at 1 and pick edge rusher. Bro, what is going on with this? I don't like this consensus. This consensus is smoking dope. Consensus is smoking. Oh, no. I ain't pick it to you. All right. Boom. They smoking dope. All right. All right, let's see. They had the Giants taking Caleb Downs, Browns taking Dante Moore, Raiders took Carnell Tate, Jets got Mendoza, Titans picking at 5. What the trade offers look like? Panthers offering 19, 51, 83 in the second. Would you take that? Would you take that trade? If you the Titans, would you drop 14 spots to get a second, a third, and a second in the next year? I think it depends on top 5 talent. I think if Arvell Reese and Ruben Bain is both sitting there, like if you get to 5, there's no chance you don't take edge. See, this what the Titans is gonna be faced with. I don't think it'll matter if they're between 5, 6, and 7. If you got your choice at Jordan Tyson, or you got your choice at Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, Keldrick Falk, you could take your pick at corner. I think that's what the Titans will be looking for. So even if they drop down here to 6 or 7 and pick, I think they're gonna have the same choices. Like maybe one of those 3 edge rushers is there. In offense at wide receiver, you got your choice at getting Jordan Tyson probably. It's gonna be interesting to see how they play it. Or do the Titans look at the best corner available, which would be a reach? I think in the top 10, I think you got to go edge or wide receiver if you the Titans. I don't think you can go any other position and not lose value. And just for content, I'm gonna accept the trade to see what's left. If the Titans was actually to trade back to the bottom of the first round and see who is still on the board. So like the Panthers would have took Keldrick Falk, Arvell Reese, Jordan Tyson, Delane, Ty Simpson, Ruben Bain, Mari Goa, Kenyon Sadiq, Jeremiah Love, Caleb Lomu, Makai Lemon, Jamal McCoy, CJ Allen, Sonny Styles. I think if You know, if you want to look at the receivers on the board, Denzel Boston. You know, a lot of people like Concepcion, but I want the Titans to get a dunker. Denzel Boston is there. Would the Titans take a move back in some of my other mocks? Would they go with Afanu or Caden Proctor? You know, I like Basantis out of Texas A&M, but you know, like, would you go best interior lineman in the draft at that point? Would you want to back up and take receiver? You know, you get David Bailey, TJ Parker would be around right there at edge. Avion, Terrell, Colton, Hood, Abney. You can still get one of the top corners. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. How they play the end of that. If the Titans do win another game and drop to like 6th or 7th in this draft order, as we got us hit, like where would you go? Like I don't see the Titans picking in the top 4 at all. I think, you know, it's a good chance that basically it's a 50-50 chance that the Titans pick 5 or 6. Then if they win more than one game, you know, they're probably looking at 6 or 7 for this draft order. That's gonna be interesting, man. Like I'm interested to see I'm interested to see how the rest of this season play itself out. But one thing I do want to do is I'm gonna compare Cam Ward stats to the first round draft picks, QBs. The first round draft pick, the QBs in the last 10 years. Let's go down this list. Let's go down this list. Let's go down his list. All right, only other first round QB took this year. All right, let me pull this up. I can just use my AI. AI is always good for these situations. If y'all got any questions, man, I know I've been out for a few days, man. Y'all can shoot away. Adam L. Fonzo, what up? All right, we're finna go over the quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall. All right, we're gonna be fair, man. I'm a fair guy. Caleb Williams, year 1. Rookie year, 62% completions, 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. What was the Bears? Bears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 12. All right, 5 and 12. Bryce Young. Rookie season, 59% completions, 2,800 yards, 11 touchdowns, 10 picks, 62 sacks. What was the Panthers' record that year? Two and 15. Who next? Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence was in 21. Rookie season, 59%, 3,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 17 picks, 32 sacks. What was Jacksonville in 21? One, two, three wins. We're finna go down the list. Joe Burrow rookie season was in 20. Rookie season, 2,600 yards, 65% completions, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks, 32 sacks. Year 2, Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. '19, Kyler Murray. Hold on, let me see how many games Cincinnati won in 20. One, two, three, 4 wins. I think we starting to see the trend. I'm starting to look real undefeated. (2019) 64% completions, 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks, 48 sacks. Kyler Murray had a pretty impressive rookie campaign. See how many games they won. Five. Man, I think we starting to see the trend. Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff. See what Baker's rookie year was looking like. 2018, 63%, 3,700 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks, sacked 25 times. Kick Will. He said it's gonna look the same. You can go back to Peyton Manning. Q. He said, would you rather have at this moment a win, Steven? Carolina beating Seattle, that wouldn't be a surprise. Baker Mayfield had one of the best rookie campaigns of a number 1 overall pick. 7 wins. I mean, it's all starting to look the same, right? Goff in 2016. %54 completion, 1,089 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7 picks, 26 sacks. Four wins. He said you can't write off the QB's rookie year. You just have to live in a time when nobody has patience. They want the top pick, they'll automatically win a championship, or it's a bust for whatever reason. I mean, this is to go to prove my point of anybody that want to have this debate. Bro, a number one pick don't mean the team is like every single one of these teams won like 3 games, 2 games, 4 games, 5 games, 3 games, 4 games, 5 games. Most of these QBs didn't make it out their rookie season. They got hurt. Joe Burrow. We could go all the way back to Matt Stafford and just see like most of these guys got broken up. For them to get through their season and progress and not regress, a lot of these guys had great year twos. As the team around them got better, as their situations got better. Bro, I'm not one of these people who gonna look and see a first round draft pick at quarterback is gonna take a team and elevate them to a damn Super Bowl. That's just not realistic. Realistic is, does the QB get better over the course of the year so that you can build around him and trust him? He said they had number one pick for a reason. Their team was sorry. What do you think a QB is going to do when their team is sorry? Even if they, like, I mean, case in point is like I just showed Jared Goff on the screen. Like Jared Goff in, I was teasing Voss earlier. But I mean, Jared Goff this year is 4,036 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 5 picks. I mean, the dude is playing lights out, and the Lions are not going to make the playoffs. So, even in a situation where a quarterback that's been into the Super Bowl, lost to Tom Brady, and got the Lions as best as they've been in my lifetime, still can throw for 4,000 yards the last 5 years, have 32 touchdowns and 5 picks. And the team still not make the playoffs. Like that's the whole point. Is the Tennessee Titans is way more away from winning than Cam Ward. But the question you ask yourself is, do I like Cam Ward better than Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore? And I do. And that's the only question that you can answer for the Titans. And just to say that, if they have a draft class next year like they had this year, they'll be perfectly fine because, like, this draft class has really worked. They just got to do it right in the off season with the coaching hire, with the free agents, and having another good draft like they did this year. Because the way I look at it is, it's a lot of teams that coming into this season that people thought were going to be contending for a Super Bowl that aren't going to even make the playoffs. It's a lot of teams that I mean, when you look at if you look at this board right here, the Commanders was in the NFC Championship and they got 4 wins right now. The Bengals had aspirations to contend in the AFC. They're 5-10. The Falcons, the Dolphins, the Chiefs are 6-9. The Cowboys are 6-8. The Buccaneers have a losing record. The Ravens have a losing record. The Minnesota Vikings have a losing record. The Colts was at the top of the NFL and went on one hell of a losing streak. They are 1 game above 500. The Lions are 1 game above 500. Look at all the teams that came into this year as this was a year that they supposed to have been like their year. You know, I could see the Giants and the Titans turning it around next year. Who knows what the Cardinals and the Raiders are going to do? Lord knows what the Browns is going to do. Jets have 2 first-round picks. The Commanders will be back next year, but some of these teams in this pack are going to go down. Some of them are going to go up. And then some of these teams up here are going to fall off. You know what I'm saying? And come back down to reality. So, that's the NFL for you. AT, Chronic fan, what up? All I want for Christmas is Robert Saleh to be the Cardinals' next head coach. NFL is a team sport. It's not like the NBA. Chronic, what's good? And Bears doing their thing, huh? Might as well stay in the West. So these last couple of weeks gonna be interesting to see who gets the number one pick between the Raiders and the Giants. How does the top 10 fall? Who makes it in the playoffs as those last wild card spots? Who gets boosted out? Like all the chips will start falling. Just think the Texans, Packers, Steelers, Panthers, Lions, Colts, Ravens, Bucks, all are like just hanging on by a thread. Ravens got to get new coaches. You think it's a coaching situation? Who would you like if you're gonna get rid of John Harbaugh? Like, who do you get though? Pittsburgh, if they part ways with Tomlin, I can see him with the Giants. Last 2 weeks gonna be fun. If Bama keeps balling in the CFP, do you think Ty Simpson goes to the draft? I don't know. I mean, Ty Simpson could be in the position that Quinn Ewers is in. Like, why rush out if you could go back and get the? If I could go back and get portal money, I'd rather have portal money than NFL. Trey Lamar. He said, I don't know, keep it real. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to get rid of Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh, like, who do you get that's better? There's going to be a lot of coaching vacancies around college football and NFL. Like, who goes where? That's what I'm worried about for the Titans. Is the Titans is not nobody's first option for a coach. Titans is nobody's first option. He said, hearing rumors, Eagles White want to move on from Hurts. I don't think Hurts is the problem. I think the problem is OC. I think Kellen Moore leaving hurt them worse than they think. As you saying that as a Cowboy fan, Big Jeff, if the Eagles get in this playoffs and they go crazy again and make another run, like nobody's gonna be talking about Jalen Hurts. I think everybody's starting to understand the end of this season that just winning your division and getting in at this point. Watching the Chiefs and Ravens probably not make the playoffs, and the Lions probably not make the playoffs. All these teams that we expected to be there not get there is just getting there is you giving yourself a chance. He said, never would I thought Kellen Moore leave. But that's the thing about coaching, though, is like some people are out on coaches because of things of their history and their past, not knowing what all they had to deal with. What if that coach got better? What if that coach learned from the mistakes and the things that they did and learn how to develop players and talent and call games? Zay, what up? See, this was the thing. Like, think about somebody who knew you in high school, Jeff, and now they know you now. They ain't seen you in so many years and they still treat you like they treated you when you was 15. You be like, that's how some of these coaches is. And we've been sitting here watching, the Jared Goff on the Rams is a different Jared Goff on the Lions. Like, players get better, they learn. Coaches get better, they learn. They understand things differently. Cowboy issue was hiring our coordinators before our head coach, which is, yeah, because they might both be good, but they might not mesh well. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't like a special teams coordinator or something like that. We talking about offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach. All I know is if Gannon comes back next year with a 15-25 record, I'm out looking to relocate to a new fan base. 15-35, my bad. Yeah, that's a big difference. 15 and 25 and 15 and 35 is two different things. I think more teams need to be patient. Try to get Al Harris back. I don't think teams need to be backtracking. You know, I know a lot of people. See, I'm not out to hearing Arthur Smith in Nashville. I don't think that's a bad thing to have him interview. He's not my first choice, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have him interview. Y'all got any questions though before if y'all ain't got no more football questions, I'm gonna get into the Stranger Things theories I got. Bless you. Come on down to the Bay. You'll never be disappointed. Wow. Hendrix is over here recruiting.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
TJ, what's good, my boy? 4RDA_91. My dog, Cliff. Yo, Rendu, what up? In Tennessee with the fan. Yeah, I just get back from North Alabama. Like, where I'm from is on the Tennessee River. Like, we so close to Tennessee, it don't even make sense. All right. Let me look at I need to see where DK all purpose yards is. My dog She with the 100 ball. What's good, She?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Nano kicks wheel. What up? Appreciate y'all reacting to that 100-star bomb. Man, Sheet, I'm surprised you ain't got no questions for your boy today, man. I'm trying to count up Chim DK's all-purpose yards right now. See, 15, 35, 380.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
11 rushing, 341 receiving, 2269. Where did I put Tim Brown's at? He got 2 games. If he went crazy these last 2 games, he could get Darren Sproles, but I don't see him being able to catch that. I don't see him being able to catch Darren Sproles. I don't see him being able to catch Darren Sproles. Let me see. Man, where's that? All right, let's see. Tim Brown, he close to Tim Brown. He close to Tim Brown's rookie. He need like 400 and some yards to beat Darren Sproles. I don't see that. That's gonna be tough. But the rookie Tim Brown could be it. He said just work top 5 pick, a top 10 pick. I had already kind of went over, but I'll show you. Where's dude? I had it saved. Hold up. Let me pull it up for you. I got the draft pick thing. I can show you. This is it right here. Rent, dude, what's poppin', my boy? Perfect time for you too, Rent. Yeah, the Raiders and the Giants play this week. If the Raiders lose to the Giants on purpose, they got the number 1 pick locked. Giants is probably gonna pick.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Giants is probably gonna pick 2nd or 3rd. Jets probably got the 3rd or 4th locked up. Titans, Cardinals, Commanders, Saints. I think Titans probably fall a little bit. Commanders go up. Titans O-line finally starting to, but it's more attitude than anything else. I think they just decided to run the ball 3 straight games with 100 yards rushing. And wow, imagine they could run the ball somewhat efficiently. That Cam Ward numbers instantly look better too, huh? Yeah, this draft order been changing so much, but I think the Titans is probably gonna pick 6 or 7 by the time this is all over. I just don't see the Raiders beating the Giants and putting themselves out of number 1. If they just lose to the Giants, bro, number 1 pick is theirs. Titans draft D-line first or wide receiver. It depends. I went to the draft board and see, like, if the Titans pick right here, and let's just assume Mendoza and Dante Moore the first 2 picks. After that is Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what's there. If the Titans pick between 5 and 7, if Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain or Keldrick Falk is on the board, I think they go there. I think if one of those three gone, you got to realistically look at like, do you want to pick the best wide receiver in the draft? Do you want to pick the best corner in the draft? If somebody want to trade back a few spots and pick up extra picks? Like, what you got to be realistic. He said Raiders definitely going to trade down. I don't know. I think the Raiders might stick and pick QB. They might stick and pick. I know the Giants is trading out. The Browns and Jets both got two first rounds. He said Arvell Reese or Ruben Baines to the Browns. Yeah. I mean, they got 2 first round picks. It's going to be interesting to see how it all felt. Because the Commanders is going to go up. I think the Commanders is going to lose their last 2 games. I think the Commanders will be up here. I thought the same, but you got Jalen Milroe and the Tuck. The Seahawks got Milroe. Seahawks got Milroe. Commanders versus Cowboys is the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. I just, this gonna be interesting because any one of these teams could have the first round pick right here, and these two both got 2 firsts. So I don't know. Giants don't need a quarterback, so I just gotta see how this work out. Seahawks and the Rams all season. Oh yeah. Rams got the Falcons pick, so the Rams would be have a top 10 pick too. It'll be the Cowboys home game. That's what I'm saying. Like, Cowboys is not losing to the Commanders to end their season, regardless of how their season went. So Commanders will be up here in front of the Titans. I think the Titans and the Cardinals drop back. The crazy part is the Titans beat the Cardinals. So would they flip-flop, it'd probably put the Titans picking at 7. I don't think Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain gonna be on the board for the Titans when they pick. I think they gotta take a realistic look at, like, do you take offensive line? Do you go best wide receiver in the draft? Do you go Keldrick Falk? Do you trade back? It's gonna be interesting. Ravens with the 14th pick, 4 top 100s. Rams front office deserve. Yeah, being at the top of the NFC and having 2 first round picks coming up is crazy. So much can happen in this draft. The Cowboys and the Rams both got 2 first rounds. The Jets and the Browns both got 2 first rounds. Both of them is going to be in the top 5, guaranteed, just about as a lock. You know, it's a coin flip chance on the Titans or the Cardinals having picking at 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff is wild right now. How this is all gonna play out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of crazy to see who gonna get what. And then, like, what happens if Dante Moore decide to go back to college and Ty Simpson and just Fernando Mendoza come out? The Raiders probably stick and pick at 1, and then, like, Giants, Browns, Jets, nobody have a reason to trade up, really. He said the Rams got 2 first round picks. They got the Falcons pick, which will be a top 10 pick, and then they got their pick. That's crazy, right? I did a YouTube video on it. It's probably like 2-3 minutes long. That's a masterclass though. Because the Falcons traded with them to get James Pierce Jr. last year. But it wound up not being bad for the Falcons in the sense that James Pierce Jr. turned out to be the best edge in the draft. Ty Simpson definitely coming out after Bama beat Georgia in the championship game. If he win a championship, he might come out. But I'm starting to look at that Quinn Ewers situations. Like, Carson Beck went back to college and got himself $10 million. If you Quinn Ewers, if you Lenora Sellers, if you any of these guys, like, why wouldn't you hit the portal, get you $5 or $10 million, have another crazy year and get endorsements and run up a check in college before you go to the league. Because, you know, Quinn Ewers came out, turned down like 10 million, went to the Dolphins and got 8 million in 4 years. Like, that's a loss, bro. Like, imagine if Shador went back to college for another year instead of going to the Browns. I bet if he looked back on it, like, man, the money Shador could have made in college in the portal in his senior year and getting a better draft picked in the 5th round, like,
Let me teach
he
you how
cost
to
himself some
vibe.
money. Get this, a Texas high school football player arrested hours after winning high school champ for shooting a fellow teammate in the neck. Crazy, right? Throwyourlifeaway.com. But this is interesting because of the players available. Like, if you the Titans, if I'm picking top 5 in Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain on the board, it's different. If I'm the Titans and I drop to 6 or 7, Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain off the board, do I want to stick and pick receiver right there? Do I want more draft picks? You know, people will argue with me all day, but Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon, or like 2-3 extra picks in the top 100, and give me Denzel Boston or Chris Brazel from Tennessee, please. You know what I'm saying? He said, D'Angelo say, what's good, bro? Duval, yeah, man. Hey, watching them Colts fall on their face last night was cheers, D'Angelo. Cheers. What is Travis Hunter's status like right now? What is Travis Hunter's status right now, D'Angelo? Because he's still showing IR on ESPN.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Rich black man. Dallas Cowboys. Travis Hunter done. Wow. I didn't know how bad his injury was. Because I know he went on IR. I didn't know if he was like IR in like 6 weeks, 8 weeks he'd be back, or playoffs or something, you know. LCQ. Wesley #1, Clef, Vose, TJ, Mills, Seb, Chosen, Big Tay, Fancy, Pavin, Joe Bruin, JMH, Spamming, Kiv, Valus Jones, Carrie Q, Skimbo, Dad Boy, B Splash, OG2K, Steve, PyCam, Tylum, B, Speed Boost. I don't know who this temp. I used to run to him like Ghost, Brandon, Unseen Fist, Popeye's Lover, Blurry Cobra. Blurry Cobra, that's my boy. D-Cam, Hezzy. Blurry Cobra is a Colts fan. Chris with a K. He not coming to next season? Damn. Quick question. You think Joe Bruin be buying coins? No. I think that it might be more than one person on the account, but I don't think he'd be buying. Man, so happy for my boy Jeff Simmons, first team All Pro. think he had 30 million. That's a good option. Yeah, I mean, some of these people be having more than one person on their account. Chim DK, Pro Bowl return, man. That's love. Him and Rashid Shaheed. Man, Chim DK getting Pro Bowl returner, man. Mike Borgonzi. Where Rich at? Let Mike Borgonzi cook. Let Mike Borgonzi cook, Rich. He ain't got much to say now. Let Mike Borgonzi cook. He said, does the Bama fan base get mad when the players hit the portal? Penn State fans be going crazy saying F that player, he ain't. Nah, because we know we got good players, bro. I mean, Caleb Downs was on Bama. Keon Sabb was on Michigan. Justice Haynes was on Bama and went to Michigan. Roy Dale Williams played on the FSU team and beat us. Like, bro, it's coming with the territory. Like, if you run a 5-star team, players ain't going to want to sit the bench. They going to want to hit the portal and get their money. Y'all just ain't used to that, Keith. Man, I see people talking about Alec Pierce, 25 million. No. No. I give Romeo Dowds a little bread, but Pierce, nah, I'm good. I'd rather hit the draft. I'd rather them burn that top 10 pick on the receiver than give Alec Pierce or Dowds 25 million. Spend it on defense. Give me a $25 million Tariq Woolen or somebody, bro, or spend it on an edge rusher or something. I don't know. I know. AJ Harris hitting the portal. Fans turned on him. Come on back to Alabama, AJ Harris. You a Bama boy. I think he's from Phoenix City. Come on back down south, man. Them people up north. Them Quakers don't know what to do with you. I mean, with Chim DK hitting the, like, this my opinion on it. With Chim DK hitting the Pro Bowl from a 4th round pick, A.O. Monter being productive this year, the free agent people they spent on Van Jefferson has been a solid pro, but Lockett didn't turn out. Man, you got way more production out of your young guys. Like, just continue building young like the Panthers have. I mean, you know, like Rashid Shaheed, I wouldn't be mad at. But I'm not trying to spend $25 million on a free agent receiver. Titans gotta get past that of just reaching. Just because it sound good. Because, like, think about the Jaguars. The Jaguars let Christian Kirk and Jimmy, what's good? Jaguars let us pay Ridley and then got rid of Christian Kirk and then drafted Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter and then signed Jacoby Myers. way better way better talent ceiling to have Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, and to have he said, "What up? Let me guess, you a Titan fan?" Yeah, and I'm from Alabama. So roll Tide. Who your team, Jimmy? This the shop, man. This is we talk sports all day, every day, all day and day. If you miss it, pop up on YouTube. We do a short version. They go up at 8 a.m. Arkansas, y'all SEC, so I ain't gonna do y'all dirty. They said Woo Pig Suey. Arkansas. I kind of jaded about Arkansas because Traylon Burks ain't paying out. But I respect Arkansas. Who y'all NFL team? I'm a Alabama Crimson Tide. Bears balling this year. It's a few Bear fans in my maybe like 10 Bear fans in my community. The Bears give me hope though. Let me tell you why the Bears give me hope. Last year, people was talking about Caleb Williams was a bust. I was like, nah, man, he's a rookie, bro. Like, look pretty good to me. Just like you need a better coach. Y'all got a better coach. Got Ben Johnson. Y'all got the mayor of Murfreesboro. Y'all got Kevin Byard over there leading the league in picks. And then the Bears from the Bryce Young trade got Caleb Williams, Luther Burden, got y'all offensive tackle from Tennessee, got a D tackle, and y'all got DJ Moore. Y'all came up off that trade. Colston Loveland this year, Luther Burden this year. Got y'all defensive backs back off of injury. We got Jalen Johnson, Deshaun. And now the Bears is at the top of the NFC North. Burke's doing well in Washington. But this is the last year of his rookie deal. He been there for 4 years. Like, you've been in the league for 4 years and like this is the best we've seen of him. The bad part about Burks is Burks and Malik Willis was the AJ Brown trade.
Let me
He
teach you
traded
how to
AJ Brown for
vibe.
Traylon Burks essentially. So it's like Traylon Burks just got, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro didn't turn out to be, that ain't it. Parker Washington doing this. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want Cam Ward to get young receivers. I don't want Cam Ward to get spending a bunch of money in all season. Caleb, what's good, my boy? Ricky Stromberg on practice squad IR as well. What's the vibes, man? Coolin'. Thank you for Byard. See, we traded Byard to the Eagles, and then the Eagles sent him to y'all. So he kind of one remove. Went to high school with him. Cornerbacks are back too. The Bears and the Patriots give me hope. Teams that people was down on last year that took quarterbacks high, and then they got a coach, had a good offseason in free agency, had a good draft, and now at the top of their division. Like, Bears and the Patriots give me hope. So, it's a bunch of Bear fans in my community. I thought the Bears would play better in their division. I thought the Vikings would be worse. I thought the Packers is what they is, and the Lions. The question was, is the Lions how they gonna look after losing Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson? And it kind of has shown that, even though Jared Goff had a crazy year, Jared Goff like 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 picks, and the Lions still not gonna make the playoffs. Is crazy. Got some friends in the NFL. Yeah, I want to get wide receivers in the draft. Like, we've been looking at how it's going to end up. The Raiders and the Giants play each other next week. If the Raiders lose to the Giants, they lock up the number 1 pick. You know, it kind of flip flop. Titans will probably be between 5 and 7 regardless of what happened. So I don't think Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain will be on the board by the time we pick. Maybe Keldrick Falk, maybe best receiver in the draft if you think it's Jordan Tyson or Cardinal Tate. And then if they don't go there, do they go O-line? Do they trade back? Do they take best corner in the draft? I don't know what the Titans going to do based upon how they're going to finish based on like the top draft pick of the top draft order, because the Browns got 2 first, the Jets got 2 first, and then we don't know if Dante Moore and Ty Simpson coming out or if it's just going to be Fernando Mendoza. If just Fernando Mendoza come out and Dante Moore and Ty Simpson go back to college, the draft board gonna be crazy. It's gonna be because Mendoza pick gonna be so valuable because there ain't gonna be nobody else coming out behind him. But if like let's say Ty Simpson and Dante Moore go crazy in this postseason and both of them come out and both of them guaranteed to be first round picks, the top 10 could get crazy. Cause this a rare year. The Rams, the Cowboys, the Browns, and the Jets all got multiple first round picks. Jeremiah Smith next year. I'm not a fan of waiting to the next year to get a player. A lot of people wanted us to wait and not give him Cam Ward and wait to this year to get a QB. And I'm like, what if the QBs next year ain't better? All the QBs they said was gonna be better this year and they all been trash. So I ain't a fan of waiting on Ryan Williams and Cam Coleman and Jeremiah Smith. I think it's gonna be some guys that come out this year. It's gonna be a dogs. Everybody was saying, get Abdul Carter, and then Abdul Carter wind up not being the one. He gonna be a good player, but James Pierce Jr. wound up being the best edge in this draft. So it's like, you know, you can get good players anywhere. You just gotta scout and pick the right guys. Tim DK is the Pro Bowler today. He's a 4th round pick out of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Simmons was a 19th pick for us in the 1st round. Derrick Henry was a 2nd rounder. AJ Brown was a 2nd rounder. You don't know where, like Kevin Byard was a 3rd round pick. How do I feel about Skoronski? Skoronski ain't gave up a pressure in like 3 weeks. It's their problem is Titans need a lot of pieces. But see, the thing about it is they need a coach first. Once they get a coach, they got the most cap space in the NFL next year, and they got a bunch of draft picks. If the Ravens make the playoffs, we get an extra 4th. If they don't, we get an extra 5th. So the Titans gonna have a top 5 pick, a 2nd, a 3rd, 2 4ths, a 5th, 2 6, a 7th, and they still got like a couple players they might trade in the offseason. So like, and they're gonna have like over $100 million in free cap space to go after anybody they want to go after. So they'll be fine. I mean, to me, that's why I equate them to like the Bears and Patriots last year. Patriots picked top 5 last year. Bears picked Loveland at the like right at the top of the, which I'll pick 10 or 12. I mean, it is, yeah. All they need is to get the right coach and to make the right moves, because like all the draft picks they took this year wound up being good. But Skoronski a dog. They need to go ahead and extend him next year. He said trade Simmons. No. Jeffrey Simmons is like Walter Payton, man of the year. Jeffrey Simmons is like the man in the community. He's like the heart of the locker room. They don't need to trade Jeff Simmons. Reason why you don't need to trade Jeff Simmons, because if you trade Jeff and you get a 1st rounder back, it's not like we need to free up cap space. It ain't like if the Browns was gonna trade Myles Garrett and get like 2 1st round picks. You trade Jeff Simmons, you probably get like a late 1st or a 2nd round pick. That's not enough. It ain't having an extra 2nd round pick ain't enough to trade Jeff Simmons for what he means to the locker room and him being the best interior lineman in the NFL this year. Like, it's not worth it. See, some of this stuff sound cool till you look at the roster and say, like, what sense would that make? It don't improve the team. Now, if you're saying we need to not have L'Jarius Sneed be indicted for a drive-by shooting or stuff like that, yeah, like that stuff is important. You know, we definitely don't need I mean, you gotta think like L'Jarius Sneed and Calvin Ridley coming off the books, the Titans gonna have like 120 million in cap space. So what they would get in trading Jeffrey Simmons, they could just go get whatever free agent, D lineman, or cornerback or receiver they want to get. Tennessee coming with a vengeance with their cap, and they got to get the right coach though. I think them picking the right coach supersedes all the quote unquote pieces of stuff they need. I think the right coach means more to them than that. Like the Bears got Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson gave them an offensive identity. The Bears defense was already good. Like Mike Vrabel gave the Patriots an identity, like balance, run the football, stop the run, play action offense with Drake May. Don't have him throw it 50 times a game. Let him throw it 30 times and let him be more efficient. That's like very similar to what Jim Harbaugh did with the Chargers. Herbert don't throw it 50 times no more. He throw it 30 times. They got Najee Harris, Amarion Hampton, even though they've been hurt. Slater and Joe Alt, Lad McConkey, they drafted trench warfare. And that's why the Chargers are a better football team. It's really coaching and philosophy. You can do more with less if you got the right coach. As much as I love Jeff Simmons on my team, he ain't going nowhere. He like a community guy. Yeah, he is the team. So you got to think like Jeff's rookie year was AFC Championship versus the Chiefs. And what he mean to the community and to the team, to the organization, he ain't going. He'll likely get more money and get extended this offseason. Him and Skoronski. I think the Titans just got to be smart with that top 5 pick they get. And then you build your team 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. You don't build it with just that one pick or that one player. I think they just got to be smart. This year, just think what they did in those tween rounds. Femi, Kevin Winston Jr., Chim DK, who's a Pro Bowler, Gunnar Helm, who broke the tight end rookie record for the franchise, and then Alec Aomana. Like, think about the 5 players picked after Cam Ward and what they represent. Do that next year and we fine. Because it's like between the 2nd round up to pick 100, 110, this next year's draft going to be like Zachariah Branch. It's going to be Chris Brazel. Will Lee, Denzel Boston, Chris Johnson. Like, it's going to be a lot of good players picked that play positions of need. Titans just got to pick because they got a lot of extra picks. If Will Levis come back, he just started throwing. If he can come into camp and throw, he'll get traded. That's a draft pick. What they decide to do with Tony Pollard, with Tajay Spears and Khalil Mullen being there, do they go to the draft? Do they go to free agents? Do they go after Breece Hall or somebody, or do they bring Tony Pollard back and trade him? I'm pretty sure they're gonna move on from Ridley and Snead because they do so much money, and it adds to their cap of what they can go after. Titans just got to get better at every position. I think the biggest hole to fill though has been cornerback. Even though the young boys play good against the Chiefs, but Titans gotta have more talent at corner. L'Jarius Sneed indicted. Cheeto Awuzie was cut, went to the Ravens and started. Jarvis Brownlee was traded. Roger McCreary was traded. Marcus Harris, Amar Davis, Darrell Baker, Kamon Hall played good this past week, getting called up from. It's a bunch of practice squad guys in the secondary. Like the Titans got to add some talent at corner, and they'll be fine. Playing chess in the draft, watching Tennessee closely they build around Cam. They got opportunity. OFC South, younger, faster, cheaper for key weapons. And the thing is, like, the Colts can really fix their situation easy. More so than people think. Is just, are they gonna make the mistake and try to do it with go against the grain? Like the Jaguars are gonna be in the playoffs, and Travis Hunter is like, they got him hurt. Like, they shouldn't have been playing in both sides of the field. They should have just put him on offense. But Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington, Travis Hunter, Cole Strange, Basil Tootin, and ETN, like they solid. Like, I can see the Jags going and drafting O-line. Their defense is good. Texans defense is incredible. They need to draft O-line. Running back, they got Woody Marks, but you know, Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb is probably the end of the road. Joe Mixon might come back next year and be good though, because he mixed the whole season. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this how the top 10 ends, because a few teams play each other. Then to see which quarterbacks come out after the CFP. Remember last year it was like Cade Klubnik, Drew Aller, Carson Beck, all these people they named, none of them, Lenara Sellers, like all them, none of them dudes is gonna be first round QBs this year. As Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, and Ty Simpson is the people that could be first round picks at QB. All the people they told us to wait on wound up being trash this year. So it's interesting to see. That's why I'm not waiting on Jeremiah Smith or this person or that person. Titans just need to pick best player available. Take their 10 draft picks, pick solid players, develop them. Go in free. I don't even want them to just go after superstars in free agency. In free agency, you just need to get more solid players. Like how Xavier Woods and Sebastian Joseph they being. Like just get some solid dudes. Jahar Ward wind up being a good free agent pickup for us. Dude seemed like he gets sack after sack. You know, we picked up, you know, people making me mad talking about you posted the Titans beat the Chiefs. And they play, like, what do you think the Titans team is as far as like what it consists of? Like Baker Jr. was a waiver wire pickup. Amar Davis was a waiver wire pickup. Waiver wire pickups, for those that don't know, is guys that got cut off somebody's practice squad, or they pick somebody up off somebody's practice squad. Kamon Hall, practice squad. Truman Jones, practice squad. Jahar Ward, practice squad. James Williams Jr. is a guy we drafted in with a late round pick. A converted safety that got beat out for linebacker that got to come in and play good. You know, Kendall Brooks was at Pizza Hut, practice squad guy. Happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Jared Reed, waiver, practice squad. Brian, just go down the line, like everybody who was called up for the Titans this weekend playing defensive back was somebody that got picked up off of waivers. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, man, I gotta get serious. You know, at receiver, DK, A.O. Monner, 2 rookies in the 4th round, and Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson on 1 year, $1.6 million contract. And, you know, people is literally out there, you know, at tight end, Gunnar Helm, rookie, 4th round, David Martin Robinson, undrafted free, you know, like UDFA, Chig, last pick in the 4th round. Like the people that's out there playing this week, that's making plays, you know, like these dudes is guys that got picked up off of waivers. These is practice squad cats. How do they move defensively? They go linebacker or corner first. If they get to pick top 5, and let's say Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, Keldrick Falk is in there, you gotta really go edge. But if the Titans fall to 6 or 7, and those guys I just named is off the board, then you gotta think about like taking the best wide receiver in the draft or the best corner in the draft. But they got so much money in free agency. If you can fill up some of these players with depth in free agency to where you can just say, you know what, here's our board, here's our top receivers, here's our top corners, here's our top edges. When we get there, we'll pick off based off of not reaching. You see what I'm saying? So like, if let's say only one quarterback come out, Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, Keldrick Falk off the board, Titans pick at 7. Okay, we get first shot at the best receiver in the draft. You got to be cool with that and taking an edge somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't get the edge that you was after, like, you got to be cool with saying, when I got to the 2nd round, the best player available was a corner. So let's say you took wide receiver corner. You got to be cool to say, man, I took an edge in the third and I got Zion Young. I got somebody, you know, that's down further, TJ Parker or somebody, but that person might turn into a valuable piece on the team. Like, you just never know. He said edge in the second round, but I ain't even saying if we get to the second round, I don't want to take an edge just because we need to take an edge in the second. If there's a better corner or a better receiver or a better offensive lineman, let's say Basantis is there in the second round when we pick, give me my starting right guard. Okay, so we got a wide receiver and right guard, and we don't have, we didn't pick an edge early. That might be where you spent your money in the free agency, and you might have been able to get a better edge rusher and telling them, and you finna play with a first team all pro D lineman next to you. You know what I'm saying? Femi comes back healthy next season, and then you got Femi, Jahad Ward, Jeff Simmons, T Sweat, and you get another guy, Jalen Phillips, or you know, maybe you do go after Thibodeau or somebody in that situation. I don't think TJ Parker gonna fall to the third though. I think TJ Parker going late first or second. He said, "Will Snead be on the team?" He gone. I think, like, I hope this Snead is innocent for his own sake. But I think the direction the team is going, I think he's the easier cut of the two between him and Ridley, because he ain't really played that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope for his sake, because I don't wish nothing bad on nobody personally. You know, but if it comes down to it, and Snead is, you know, if they able to eat them $8 million and just go a different direction, you know what I'm saying? Because depending on Snead going on his third year that you had him there, saying, okay, year 3 he gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of foolish. Like how hungry you are for it, seeing those practice squad guys get a dub in the NFL is refreshing and good to watch. Yeah, I mean, like people start talking about like the injuries or the people not playing. Like, bro, like, you realize the Tennessee Titans number 1 corner is Snead, 2 corner was Awuzie, 3 corner is Jarvis Brownlee, 4 corner is Roger McCreary. Like, Marcus Harris got hurt in the game. He's cornerback 5. Cornerback 6 is Baker Jr., Amar Davis, Kairi Long, Kamon Hall. Every one of the guys playing cornerback Sunday is guys on practice squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for the practice squad guys. Like, Cedric Gray was top 3 in the league in tackles. He didn't play. James Williams, converted safety, stepped in at linebacker and played good. He been on special teams all year. He was a healthy scratch for 2 games because they was mad at him because he got penalties in special teams. Like, you just don't know, bro. Like, you can't like, the Tennessee Titans put three safeties on IR before the Chiefs game. Xavier Woods, Kevin Winston Jr., and Mike Brown. So you put 3 safeties on IR, and you got Kendall Brooks coming off a Pizza Hut. You know what I'm saying? And Jared Reed and Sanusi Kane, like, they just picking guys up. These guys ain't had no time to practice and learn this game. So I think Snead and Reed will both get cut. Rabbit, what up? But it is interesting how we seen the resurgence of Tony Pollard. Let's say Snead get exonerated of all charges, right? And he comes back healthy, and they decide to keep him, and they decide to keep Ridley because they don't want to eat the cap or whatever. Which I think they're gonna go in a different direction. But, like, let's say you bring them back and then they both are productive and you trade them next year, and you don't have to eat no cap. Cause like Tony Pollard stock is going up. He had 3 straight 100-yard games. But I just want to see them go to the draft, and I don't want to see them just throw a bunch of money at a position in free agency. I'd rather them extend Skoronski and extend Chig and go to the draft and try to like build on top of what they got than to just go throw 25, 30 million at Alec Pierce or Romeo Dobbs. Then you go, like, let's say you spent 25 million on Alec Pierce and then you drafted Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson, and your best 3 receivers to put on the field is Jordan Tyson, Chim DK, and Aomana. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of just wasted their money to say, like, you finna go out and try to draft somebody faster, like, you know, Chris Brazel or Denzel Boston or somebody like you, but man, I just spent 25 million for nothing. And that's why I say, like, the Jaguars is the perfect example of the Jags got rid of Christian Kirk and got rid of Calvin Ridley and got Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, Parker Washington, and Jacoby Myers. Like, they got rid of Evan Ingram and then brought in Cole Strange, and then they got ETN, and then they brought in Basil Tootin, and they traded what's the old boy from Auburn to the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? And get value. Like, it happens like that. Sometimes you gotta be. I like the way the Panthers built their receivers. You know, Xavier Leggett, then Coker, and then Tetroa McMillan. Then they got Horn in the draft. Like, okay, they 4 top receivers is all young. Like, I like when teams do stuff like that. Like, you know, build it out young. Like Emeka Egbuka and Tez Johnson on the Buccaneers. The Seahawks let Lockett and Cooper Kupp go, and not Lockett and Cooper Kupp, but Lockett and DK Metcalf, and then go JSN, Cooper Kupp, Shaheed, and Horton. You know what I'm saying? Like Arroyo, AJ Barner, like they guys is young. You know, the Rams, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Puka Nacua, Whittington, Tutu Atwell, like young guys, like build it out like that. Like, they got one vet in Tay Adams, you know, they got one good vet in Cooper Kupp, you know, but I like these teams that build out their receiving core, you know, young, and build it that way. Uplifting Souls, what's good, my boy? That's my own personal thought about when you're trying to build a young team. Because I would much rather pick Denzel Boston or Chris Brazel and Zachariah Branch in my draft with some picks in the second and third or second and fourth round, and put them with Aomon or DK Restrepo next year. And if I wanted to keep a veteran, I might keep like a Van Jefferson or some. Van was like 1 year, 1.6 million. I'll keep something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then build that way. And then you got them coming in a year 2. Now Pollard gonna get paid pretty good. He got a pretty good contract, 7-8 million. You know, if you got a chance to get younger at running back to go with Tajay Spears and Khalil, and then maybe even draft another one. But you know, when you see Kyle Monungai and Pacheco, and you know, some of these good running backs that's drafted in late rounds, McCroskey, Merritt for the Commanders, like people picking running backs in the 6th and 7th that are solid backs. They might need to go that direction and just like continue adding dogs on the team and just build it out that way. But they definitely got to add some talent at the cornerback and edge position. Like, they for sure got to add talent that way. He said, now I like Pollard. What do you mean I like Pollard again? I said he ran for 3 straight 100-yard games, but they might want to get younger. See, this is what y'all be trying to listen to, be trying to catch me backtracking, and I don't. I just said Tony Pollard is getting $7 or $8 million. You might want to draft a Kyle Monunga or somebody in the late rounds. What you mean I like Pollard again? Pollard is what he is. He's 29 years old. I'm glad they finally committing to running him and open up some holes for him, but I still think if you got a chance to add Breece Hall or you can add, I like a Raleek Brown and Henry out of UTSA. It's a couple of late round backs I like. I just don't think Spears could be a 1. Like Spears balled out this week, but I don't think Spears is a number 1 running back. Like I actually said that Pollard is playing himself into a situation where, you know, he might hit 1,000 yards this season. They might bring him back and start the season off and trade if they draft a running back late. Having turned into a decent year for him though. This first half of the season was ass though. We just gonna blame that all on Callahan. What is the Cowboys gonna do though, Rich? But I wasn't going for that though. Backup though. Kendall Brooks, Sanusi Kane, Eric Hallett was our 3 safeties Sunday, bro. I'm not listening to nobody talk about injuries. Draft defense. Y'all got 2 first round picks. I'm glad that the offensive line for the Titans jailed down the stretch. Now they just need to figure out what they're gonna do coming into the year. I think if you still get a chance that some of the linemen I've named, you get a chance to draft one of them linemen, I still take a shot at one of them linemen. He said cut Diggs. What does Diggs' contract look like? Five-year, $97 million deal. He only got $33 million guaranteed though. Y'all take an out on Diggs this year. $17 million hit. Y'all got a $17 million dead cap hit on him. So if y'all I mean y'all could take a out on him and eat some cap. Y'all could take a out on him, eat a little cap, and get rid of him. Just 2 years into a 5-year deal, y'all gonna cut him. That's tough, man. Hey, Rich hard on him out here. Yeah, Rich hard on him out here, man. Rich ain't got no love for Diggs. He say Diggs gotta go. Yeah, Diggs is out of here. Say his time is up. I agree. I think I told you that last year. I thought that this was Super Bowl. This was Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys. This is Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys. And y'all offense looked as good as it ever have. See, if the Titans sit at 5, these are the trade offers I've seen. Drop to 15, pick up pick 46, a second and a fifth. If the Titans would for sure take this. Like, if Arvell Reese and Ruben Bain was off the board and it was at 5 and that trade got sent, I think the Titans would take it. 5 and 217 for 1448 and a future second. I think the Titans would take that. Drop to 19 and pick up 51, 83, 162. If anybody would offer the Titans, capital, but then they just gotta ask themselves the question, like, if you got your pick to pick the best wide receiver in the draft, take the best offensive lineman in the draft, or if you got a chance to take the best corner in the draft, would you take them if you stayed in that top 5 to 7 range? Titans got a lot of questions to ask themselves. Right now, the Cowboys would pick 13th and 21st. Y'all would pick 13th and 21st right now. No, you don't want to spend 50. If they don't win next year, break up the entire team. Y'all pick 13th and 21st though. So like y'all, like what positions is y'all after? If you pick 13th and 21st, it's gonna be a lot on the board for y'all. Yeah, I mean 13th is a good spot. I mean, look where y'all picked last year. Let's see, last year y'all picked 12th, y'all picked Tyler Pooker. And 13th was Kenneth Grant, Michigan. And then 21st was last year was Derek Harmon to the Steelers. See, I always say go back, like with this mock draft, the trade offers was pick 15, 14, and 19. Let's see, 15 was Jalen Walker. 14 was Tyler Warren. 19 was Emeka Egbuka. So if you the Titans and you trading back to there, it's not like you're gonna have a bad player, right? Let's see, 48. Let's see, 46, 48, and 51. 46, 48, and 51. Last year, 46 was Terrence Ferguson to the Rams. 48 was Ursery to the Texans. And 51 was Nick Scourton to the Panthers. Okay. And then pick 83 and 162. I like to do stuff like this to see, like, if you made a trade back, what type of player are you getting? Let's see, what was it? 83 and 162. 83 last year was Caleb Johnson, running back out of Iowa, to the Steelers. And then 162, gotta be a 5th round pick. 162, yeah. 162 was Francisco Maui Noah, linebacker to the Jets. So, you start to think about in a 5-pick range of Aronde Gasson, Toy Horton, the type of players that was picked. That's how I kind of look at like what a trade would be. Like, what type of player are you getting on top of that? They said corner and edge, safety, edge, O-line. I mean, let's see. If y'all was picked, let's see. You said corner and edge. Let's see. Around that spot, if y'all picking at 13, Jamad McCoy. Let's see. Probably Jamad McCoy and Avion Terrell would be there. Colton Hood. If you're talking about edge, David Bailey out of Texas Tech, TJ Parker. LT Overton didn't even play against the Oklahoma, so. And then you said O-line. Safety or O-line. Let's see. Safety. You could take your pick at safety, but Caleb Downs will be gone. And then O-line, offensive tackle, Lomu, Maui Noah, Fanu, or Proctor. Y'all will have y'all shot at pretty much any of the tackles. And then the best guard would be available, even though y'all went guard last year. I like this Basantis kid. And I like Pregnon. I like number 2 and number 3 offensive guard in the draft, personally. Said 4 for the next 2 games. What other defensive player made an impact for that team last year's draft? In what round? It's a lot of good players turned out in last year's draft. First round, defensive. Michael Williams got hurt for the 49ers, but let's see, Walter Nolan was hurt. Shamar Stewart barely played. Barron for Texas on the Broncos. Derek Harmon on the Steelers. James Pierce Jr. was the best edge rusher in the draft last year. He came out at number 26 to Atlanta to trade with the Rams. Malachi Starks is a dog for the Ravens. Maxwell Harrison is on the Bills. Jahad Campbell on the Eagles. You know, the best players got picked in the second, you know, in my mind, the second. I mean, Mason Graham is all right, but he ain't, you know, crazy. Abdul Carter, we seen what happened with that. Most likely tackle still gone. That's what I'm saying. Like, in the first round, like, that's why I say if the Titans trade back, and especially where y'all at picking 13th and 21st in the next draft, like, look at the players that got picked in the second half of the first round. You know what I'm saying? Gray Zabel, Emeka Egbuka. You know what I'm saying? Amarion Hampton, Jackson Dart, James Pierce, Malachi Starks. Yeah, it's you know, just because somebody got picked in the first round don't mean they're good or gonna be good. You just got to pick the right player for your team. Swessinger wound up being a good linebacker. Emin Wari, Judkins, Higgins, Travion Henderson, Luther Burden, Tyler Shook, Mason Taylor. Y'all had Ezaraku at 44, JT to the Colts at 45, Terrence Ferguson 46, Will Johnson 47, Ursery. Like, that's like starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get into this, you make your team in the second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make your team. Harold Fanning, Gio, Kyle Williams that had a touchdown the other night. Y'all took Siobhan Revel right here. Kevin Winston, Ransall, Xavier Watts, Upton Stout. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of good players that get picked in them other rounds. So, like, just being so fixated on that top 10 pick don't always mean they're gonna be a superstar. So if I'm the Titans and I pick around 6 or 7 and somebody desperately want to move up, I'll move to the back of that first round to get a couple more picks in the top 100 like they did last year. Because I think this wide receiver class is gonna be deeper. You know, if they move back and got like a Denzel Boston, you know, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazil, you know, around the bottom of like somewhere in the 3rd round, Zachariah Branch, I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't mad at all. Because I know Basantis, Pregnon at offensive guard, or, you know, if they feel like they want to go after a tackle, at defense, if they want to go cornerback, a lot of corners gonna go mid first through the 2nd round. A lot of corners gonna get drafted. You know, then at safety is gonna be more of a 3rd, 2nd, and more of a 3rd to 4th round type of deal. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these guys come off the board. Edge rushers kind of spread out. It's kind of spread out. Hey, but look, I want to get into some of these Stranger Things conspiracies too. Oh, let me get this on the screen right. All right, look. Now I need to know y'all theories. Everybody got different theories that they think about Stranger Things. I need y'all theories now. I don't need everybody to wait till we watch it. So I guess you return to Mutt next season, bro. I still got it up. I'll play it when I feel like it. My team is up to date. You never seen Stranger Things, bro? Rich. Ah. And you call yourself a nerd. I just finished the first part of that. The wife is crazy. I need some theories. I need people's theories. Like, in my mind, I'm trying to guess who gonna die. I'm trying to guess who gonna die. And I'm trying to guess who gonna live. What's y'all theories on? I've been like, my wife been getting mad because I've been like obsessing trying to figure out. Dr. Brenner was working. Dr. Brenner was working in the lab in the desert before the place where he had 11 in season 4. He was already working there, working on some shit before Henry stumbled into the caves and got the shit, right? Like, so that means just like the Russians had the demigorgons and the black shit in the tubes underground in that prison, Brenner was already working on some shit in the desert. Cause you had the sign in season 4 when they stopped at the tire shop, like the place where Max is at. He already was living there and they already was working on some shit before Henry even stumbled into it. So like, what was Dr. Brenner working on doing before Henry stumbled into there? And when he stumbled into there, he moved to Hawkins, but obviously Brenner moved to Hawkins to follow him and then brought him in and ran the shit from Hawkins. Then he started building out kids and he got to 11 before the shit went left. So if he had 11 and then shit went left, what was he trying to do with them kids? And the Russians was already fucking with it to where when Henry went into the other dimension and came back, he didn't freak out. He figured something out and was always looking for him. But what was he looking for before Henry? What was he looking for before Henry? And I think what Dr. Brenner is looking for and what Henry is looking for is two different things. I think Dr. Brenner is trying to find out what he can do with it. And Henry is trying to travel time. We on season 5 now. I don't know. He say he think Hopper dies with 11. I mean, Hopper dying won't be no surprise to me. Cause Hopper ain't got much to live for. I mean, he do technically got the daughter he never had with 11. And now, Joyce is into him. He been trying to get Joyce since high school. Dr. Brenner was looking for a way to make superpower kids. And Henry is building an army to take over the real world. I don't think so. See, Dr. Brenner was already working on some shit before Henry accidentally got there. So if Henry was one, his main goal was never to deal with kids. The military is looking for a weapon, but the scientist himself, his daddy had already been there and came back. I think he was trying to test the limits of whatever this shit is that got his daddy, and was just a mad scientist. But like, what was he know more than what he was leading on. Like Dr. K know more than what she leading on, because Dr. Brenner's daddy was the first person to go there and come back. Now, the Mind Flayer, the Dark Force, is trying to take over the world. I think Henry is trying to recreate something different in a time loop, though. Because if Henry go back to when he ever first got the dark shit, that's the only thing that scare him is going in that cave. He might be trying to recreate a new world with the shit he got in his mind to where he can create his own world. Almost like where time don't exist. Like when he look at the clock and he hate the clock, I think he trying to create a time. He trying to create a situation where time don't exist. He figured out a way to live where time don't exist with his power, because he got the same power as 8, where the world that they in is whatever's in his mind. He got them trapped in his own mindscape. I think he trying to live in a place where time don't exist. You see, when Will figured it out, he now got power. So Dr. Brenner knew that whenever he was in the portal, giving people power. So Brenner used that to take kids from people and experiment army for the military. I don't think he was making them. The military wanted that, but Dr. Brenner didn't want that. He wanted to do some different shit. Cause think about it, when they went and got Peter in the Black Sullivan was like, nah, we just gonna kill her. Brenner was like, we finna stay here and finish the work that we set out to do. He was finna do something completely different. Cause he didn't want her to leave, even though he knew Sullivan was coming. He was just gonna kill them and do his thing. It seemed like everybody got their own motives. I think the military wanted to use them and make weapons just like the Russians did. I think Brenner just was a mad scientist and wanted to test the limits of the shit that got his daddy. He wanted to see if he could go to other dimensions. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Prometheus and Alien and all those scientists, like the Wayland Corporation on Blade Runner and all that shit. I think that, like, in my mind, I feel like, but you right though when you say trying to make an army for different reasons. You right on that. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like the military in real life use remote viewing. So it's like, if they in real life use remote viewing, which is the shit that 11 do when she go into the void, which is just like Rafe on Apex. When 11 go into the void in remote view, the military really got that. The Philadelphia experiment of trying to cloak and go invisible and going in and out of dimension is a real thing. Montauk Project with like shit that's like a demigorgon, human cloning, animal cloning, merging two animals and shit. They really had that. So like all this shit is like based on some shit that's real, but maybe just like the part that throw me is like, what was Brenner trying to get to before Henry got there? Because even after he didn't want her to go in season 4 to go help her friends, he said, no, we're gonna stay and finish the work we started. Because he felt like he could recreate everything and start over with 11. And then now Henry is like getting stronger every shit. Henry is taking kids that's a certain age, born on a certain day, for a reason. And that's something that I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is Henry doing with these kids a certain age that started with Will? Because Will don't necessarily got powers. Will just learn how to tap into, when he get close enough that he can tap into the hive mind. So it's like, what is it he trying to do? Is Henry trying to do what Dr. Brenner was trying to do with 12 different kids, but in his own way? See, because it's like what Brenner was doing seemed more aligned to what the Mind Flayer was doing. Henry seemed like he on his own shit. I think he's trying to get into a time loop and go back in time where he never got the shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if he can go back, he can get back to Patty. He can get back to his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Certain little shit. He said, science seeing how far the military is using for a weapon because it was during the Cold War. And Henry's trying to make an army, take over the real world, create his own life that he always wanted. Looks like it, but then the more kids he takes, he gets stronger. See, to the wall to me seems like the barrier of how far of a portal he can, like, it would take for the Mind Flayer to get through. Cause see, the Mind Flayer got his own MO and Henry got his own MO. Henry is kind of like Will, like, I tapped into this shit using me, but I got my own shit I'm trying to do inside of it too. The more I think about it, the upside down is like time frozen, and Dimension X seems like a world that's been where time and space has been ripped apart. If that makes sense. Yeah, he just spent time long enough to finesse some shit. You know what I'm saying? But that Dimension X, when you like think about it, when you see Dimension X, like the ground and shit is in the air and the air is the ground and you can't really tell up from down. Upside down looks like a world that's being broken apart. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the upside down is stuck November 6th, 1983. And he's looking for kids around the same age. It's got to be something the powers in the mindset of a kid developmentally wise by that same age. I don't know, man. Like, did Dr. Brenner make Henry an orderly because he got too old? And it's certain limitations of them kids once they get past a certain age. Yeah, it like a world that's coming apart, that's broken, where time don't exist because he hate clocks. But it's like, what is he doing with them kids? Is he trying to rip apart time and space and put them kids in a world where time don't exist, where they all stay 9 or 10 years old? I don't know, bro. Like, that's what make the show so good, is me trying to figure out who gonna live and who gonna die. So usually when they add a new character, that character don't come back. So like when Billy was introduced, Billy died. When Eddie Munson was introduced, Eddie died. Who got introduced as like the new person this season that's like more in than you noticed? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the group. Like Bob Newby came in, but Bob Newby is from Henry's story. Bob Newby, Joyce Hopper, Steve Harrington's daddy, all them went to school with Henry. I don't know, man. I think he's making with the kids. Remember, he told Will that Will showed him that kids are the easiest to break and manipulate. And then too, it wrecked my brain. He didn't kill Will, and he didn't kill Nancy. Why didn't he kill Will and Nancy? Like, Will just took the powers and killed the Demigorgons, but he left Will there. When he showed Nancy that he was gonna break the 4 gates in Hawkins, before he did it, he let, like, when she flipped into the upside down, like, he gave her back. Now he was gonna finish Max, but they wind up like getting Max free in his mindscape. So my question is like, why did he put Nancy and Will in the trance but then killed him? I don't think he knows Will figure out how to control it. Cause Nancy looked just like Joyce. Cause he just kind of moved Joyce out the way when he seen Joyce. He just kind of like, get your ass out the way, Joyce. It do seem like would he kill Jonathan, Will, cause they Joyce and she was his friend? But then think he said he's not scared of Nancy. But think about it, he killed Bob Newby, but he was in love with Bob Newby's sister Patty. Bob Newby's sister, who was Joyce's boyfriend, is the brother of Patty Newby. And Patty Newby was Henry's girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like certain people he don't want to kill. He said he must have did something to him. It's gotta be. It's gotta be, cause like he pick and choose who he want to kill and who he just want to take over. Like Derek Turnbow, Holly Wheeler, Nancy Wheeler. And see, he was gonna let the Demigorgon kill Mike Wheeler, but Nancy, he just put her in a trance and showed her and sent her back. And then Holly, he took Holly. So that's what threw me off. Like, you didn't kill Nancy or Holly, and you didn't kill Will, but you was gonna kill Mike, and you was gonna kill Max. He killed Billy. Cause see, the mind flayer monster from season Starcourt Mall is different than Vecna. And Vecna is different than the mind flayer. He said that's something we missing because he keeps picking people within their circle. See, like, all their mamas and daddies went to school with him. And then he's taking all their kids. But some of their kids he's killing, and some of their kids he's leaving as part of his plan. He said, now who's the most dangerous threat to Vecna? Still 11. I think 11 always is the most dangerous threat. Yeah, it's like certain people he don't even acknowledge. Like, he let Eddie Munson die, but Eddie Munson's uncle, the one that's smoking cigarettes in the trailer park, went to school with Henry. 11 and her sister, yeah. 11 is stronger than Callie though. So like 11 and Callie is the two strongest. But Will got control of the hive mind. But if he tap into the hive mind, the mind flayer and Vecna can take control of Will. Because even if Will have his powers, I wonder, is Will got just as much control as Vecna, as Henry? Both of them together are OP. I wonder at some point, will the real Henry come out of Vecna? If he see Patty, if he see his girlfriend, will the human part of him come back? Just like when they put Billy in the heat shit. I'm gonna tell you, I think some part of the water got something to do with it too, though. Because remember, when Bob Newby showed them the tunnels and told them what the tunnels was. He's like, it don't go over water. Then the Russians, when they had them demigorgons in the water tanks, they was dormant in the water tanks. The demigorgon that was coming after Holly and Karen wouldn't go in the bathtub. So like, it's something to do with the upside. It's no water in the upside down too. Is this something to do with water in the upside down and water that they can't mess with? Cause you know that when the soldier peed on the wall started sizzling. So like, can they just flood it? What if Vecna is Henry's father? Now, what if Vecna is Will's father? But that wouldn't make sense because like Henry was dating Bob Newby's sister at the time that Dr. Brenner got him, and Jonathan Byers and Will Byers' daddy went to school. Lonnie Byers went to school with Vecna too. You remember the tunnels? Bob Newby said the tunnels don't go over water. And then you remember the Russians when Hot broke out, all them demigorgons and the shit was in the tank. You remember when they got it out of Billy, they put him in the steam room and they heated up Will to get the shit out of him. But you remember like when the soldier pissed on the wall started sizzling. Maybe water fucked them up. Cause it ain't no water in Dimension X. It ain't no water in the Upside Down. And it's storm, but it don't rain. Don't make sense because Joyce would have said something to Henry when she found out it was him. But Vecna chose Will as his first victim on purpose. Because the Duffer Brothers said that when the door originally opened and Will walked out into the forest when he got took by the Demigorgon in the first place to the Upside Down, that Vecna opened the door. So it don't make sense for it, like I'm trying to figure out the connect. Like Joyce was Henry's only friend in school, and Patty Newby, Bob Newby's sister, was in love with Vecna, with Henry. Bob Newby was in love with Joyce in high school, and Hopper was in love with Joyce in high school, but she wound up getting with Lonnie Byers because Hopper went to the military. He went to Vietnam, and Bob Newby was just a nerd, so she wasn't feeling Bob Newby. And Elle uses water tanks to be able to find people, and they can't touch her. Yeah, she remote view, and she go into the void in the sensory deprivation water tanks. And just remember the early seasons when she go into the void, it's like she stepping in water to get to people. And when she first touched the Demigorgon, when she made first contact, Elle used water to get to places, and they don't touch water. I don't know. It's kind of like I've been wrecking my brain trying to figure out what it is that Henry is really trying to do in the Mindscape with all them kids, because I feel like the Mind Flayer is using Vecna to try to open up a portal to turn Hawkins into Dimension X, but I feel like Henry is trying to trick the Mind Flayer into trying to find the break time to go in a time loop to create his own world. So it's like the Mind Flayer is using Vecna and Vecna using the Mind Flayer. Who gonna get their own way? Because like Dr. Brenner is like synonymous with the Mind Flayer. Is he trying to control the darkness? Because the thing about Dr. Brenner is he make people get mad to use their power to make it stronger. So he kind of like the mind flayer. Then it's like on this side, it's like 11, Callie, and Will. But the crazy part is Callie was using her shit more like Henry than 11. She was using it for bad shit, like trying to get back on the people that did the shit to her. She more tap into the darkness. Like 11, the only person that tap into love. It's always storming and upside down, but it's not raining, only thundering. That's what I'm saying. And it be that red lava thunder. So I wonder, like, then too, the Starcourt Mall season, the people that he was melting down, adding to the hive mind, they was all using chemicals. What the hell? Like, they never really explained why all the hive mind was wanting chemicals. I don't know. Like, the hive mind was always wanting chemicals. They was after the chemicals, so I don't know. Like, I got a feeling they gonna explain this shit to us and we gonna be like, man, how I didn't guess that shit. But like, one thing that threw me off is like, some parts of Upside Down and Dimension X is a figment of somebody's imagination, right? Like, the season with Eddie Munson, season 4, it was bats, right? Only because somebody said something about bats. In the early seasons, it was demigorgons, because that's the only thing that they could think of in their imagination was the demigorgons. Vecna was something that was in a human version of something that they had in their mind. That's a Hydra, the 3-headed monster. The Mind Flayer turned into a spider because Henry loves spiders. Like, I feel like Dimension X and Upside Down is like all in their own mindscape. Part 2, they're gonna explain it. In the finale, gonna be a big battle between everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the villains and all the shit that's bad in the show is like it's like all part of somebody's mind. Well, I'm gonna tell you some shit that wasn't supposed to be funny that was funny. When Will was in the van with Mike, when they was in the desert, telling him how to get 11 back, that shit was killing Will. I know I'm wrong for that, but I'm saying, oh, that nigga Will was crying. Will was tight about having to tell Mike how to get 11 back. Cause really he was talking about himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro looked out that window and had real tears. He said, "You wrong," and I'm just as bad. I was laughing too. I'm saying, like, my man's had real tears in his eyes. Boy said, boy down there beat his hand off telling Mike how to get 11 back. I said, look at this nigga here feeling bad, telling his best friend how to get his girl back, mad because deep down he in love with her. It be the same way with John. He was telling him how to get his bitch back, but he wanted to be took. Man, Hey, and then just like Steve, when Steve was telling Jonathan, he was giving Jonathan advice, but deep down he wanted to take Nancy back. Steve been striking out since he left Hawkins. Steve wanted Nancy back. You feel me? Steve wanted Nancy back. Hey, when he got ate by them bats in the upside down, and she was tying that that part of that shirt she ripped off around his wounds and shit. My boy Steve, he said I think Steve gonna die too. Either Steve or Jonathan gonna die. Like, you remember when Eddie Munson told Steve that he was a good guy, kind of passing the torch about Dustin. I feel like Jonathan or Steve gonna die. So which one of them gonna die, like Jonathan or Steve? She said Nancy's not gonna pick either one. Oh man, you just gave me some, Henry. All right, think about it. Nancy is like Joyce. Nancy is kind of like Joyce. Bob Newby wanted Joyce, and he was the nerd, right? Kind of like Jonathan. Hopper was like the son of a police going into the military. Hopper was more like who is Hopper like in this group? Hopper was more like Steve. And then she wound up getting with Lonnie Byers. You see what I'm saying? Like Nancy got Jonathan. Nancy got Jonathan and Steve that want her. She'll wind up being with somebody that like left field. Yeah, Hopper was like a jock. So you think about it, like Steve, what's crazy is Robin wanted Steve. Robin and her girlfriend wanted Steve before. She's like, Steve, the Harrington. You remember when they was in Starcourt and it was when the Russians had got them? She was telling how she used to be in love with Steve before her and her girlfriend got together. But I'm tripping though, like, why did Will freak out when he seen Robin with the girl in the closet? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, like, because Robin used to like Steve, then she, you know, her homegirl wound up like getting chose, and then he chose the girlfriend. The 1980s, okay, that makes sense. But I didn't know that that Robin mama is Uma Thurman. Tell me that tell me I'm stupid, and one of y'all knew that Robin mama was Uma Thurman and her dad is Ethan Hawke. Man, where I'm from, it's like that. Cause I'm saying, like, I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, cause they parents got something to do with the way shit turning out now. Cause what's crazy is Vecna girl, Bob Newby's sister Patty, that Henry in love with in his real life, was black. She was adopted, so his Bob Newby's sister is black. I knew I found out when she first appeared, cause she made a new music video. Oh, I ain't know. I wasn't even into it at the time. So Dustin got Susie. Erica Sinclair ain't never had no love interest. I guess because she was introduced to us as a kid, But she's like the same as they was when they first got introduced to us. I'm trying to figure it out though.
Let me teach you how to
Lucas
vibe.
and Max, and then
Down the field like that.
Mike at 11.
Shades of Greg Olson back in the day.
Well, I appreciate
Mike's
that,
so
Mike.
funny
I
though.
think it's clear by
Man, what
now
happened
that
to
we
the
all know what's the most impactful
to
position on offense? It's the tight end. And when
the
you have a
surfer
guy
dude,
like this
pizza
who
dude?
can not only make
They
those
just got rid of
difficult
Cuz,
catches
didn't it?
underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays. Man,
James, what up? AKA start popping. He back in Cali. There. Okay, yeah. He on the West Coast. Think he might come back in part 2. I don't know. I think he done. Cause you think Dr. Brenner dead, or you think they gonna find some kind of way to resurge him? Like, where did Dr. K? Dr. K came out of nowhere after Brenner. I guess she like the new Brenner, and you got Sarah Connor playing her. They got the same black dude in the military.
And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to guess this shit before it happened. I don't think it's gonna work.
Because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, boom, boom. And he
If you don't see their body, they ain't dead. Yeah.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
Then what's crazy is the
Vinatieri now to kick it
the
away.
Russians had the Demigorgons and the black shit, but the Russian spy that hid the shit in the caves
And he'll be stopped up at
never made it to Russia with the shit. He died in the caves.
now ready to get their first
I don't know.
opportunity here in the second half.
It's got to be something to do with the real life of Henry,
Half here. Came out of
of something he trying to get done with these kids.
already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got
I think part of it is the mind flayer, and part of it is his own personal shit he trying to get done. I just don't know what he's actually trying to do, because he don't kill everybody. Some people he let live. Like he allowed Nancy to live, and he allowed Will to live. So it's like, what is his real? But like, if Joyce was his best and only friend in real life, like, why would he be trying to steal Joyce's kid?
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
What the military is doing with 11 sister?
We'll call that a 43-yard punt.
To be honest, it seemed like they caught her, they cut her hair,
Set to go again.
they was doing to her, continuing the experiments
Touchdown.
that Brenner had. Dr. K was taking over for Brenner,
Very frustrated after
and she said, I'm running into a wall here, I'm running out of time.
just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
It seemed as if
They both game plan for this drive, and they
it seemed as if they had the hedgehog on her to keep her from being able to go somewhere, like they was just running experiments.
Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge.
Because you
again.
see they had the
Otherwise, it's
IVs
time to
hooked
move
up
on
to
the
her.
next one.
It looked like they was just taking her blood, and they was gonna start over with what. But if they so dead set on stopping Brenner in the mind flayer, like, it seemed like everybody ain't trying to stop it. It seemed like everybody just want to control it. But that sound about like some military type shit. Like, nobody really trying to stop the evil. They trying to control the evil. Like, we want to stop the Russians, and we want to stop the mind flayer and Vecna. And we want Dr. Brenner and Peter out the way. But hold on. They didn't kill Peter though, did they? They didn't kill Peter though. I don't remember them killing Peter. I thought they just had him chained up down there where Nina was at in the desert. I don't remember them killing Peter. Cause you know, Peter, when they first got Peter, they said, what are y'all doing? It's just his old science experiments. Is either Peter or Bob Newby on that newspaper clipping with Professor Clark when they was a kid. So it's either Bob Newby or Peter. It was one of them two. But I remember him being down and chained up when they went after Brenner and went up top. 11 sent the plane into all that shit, and Sullivan was out there coming out of the shit. But I don't remember nobody actually shooting him, because she was about to kill Dr. Brenner, and then she dropped him, and he stabbed her in the neck and knocked out and put that shock collar on her. At the end of season 4, Brenner did, and then Brenner got shot. Did Peter come out? I don't remember. Like, Peter was chained up in the basement though. If I remember right, he was chained up in the basement when they went after 11 and Dr. Brenner. I don't remember, unless they shot him down there in them tunnels. Because once they killed Dr. Brenner, like, Peter would have been the only person that really knew how to deal with 11. So, like, I don't think Sullivan would have killed Peter, knowing that he's the person that know what to do with her if they catch her, outside of killing her. But if they caught Callie and put that hedgehog on her, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's sonic waves, so they using sonic waves to stop their powers, but they use radio waves to use their power. When we talking about Stranger Things, we trying to crack the code on Stranger Things. Oh yeah, say.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And he's going to bring this one back. It's a pick six and a Tennessee touchdown. And that is how you take down a challenge, baby. You have some momentum after that. Let's pick out another challenge and keep it going.
You watch Stranger Things, Zay? We trying to crack the code. We trying to crack the code on what's going on in there. He said, "Oh, retiring to be." You say 11 returning to be Vecna? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think if 11 don't die, when it's over, she not gonna have powers. If 11, all right, we can go through the whole cast. If 11 don't die, if she lives, she not gonna have no powers. I don't know if Hopper gonna live or not. You talking about Eddie Munson? How's Eddie Munson gonna come back? Is Eddie Munson about got done like Billy got done? I really think Hopper, 11, and Steve gonna die. I think Steve or Jonathan gotta die. Steve or Jonathan gotta die. It's more likely to be Steve.
Here's Jacobs.
Does Will die? Does Will like die? Does he swap places with Vecna? Is like Will the new Vecna? Cause like I think if Mike live, 11 live. If 11 go, Mike gotta go too. You think Will lives? I think the real Henry inside of Vecna comes out like Billy did and sacrificed himself. I think Steve might die. I think Steve might die. I think the real Henry gonna come out of Vecna, and I think Will might be gone. When they was in his room trying to find rock albums, he was really particular about this one album from Iron and one of their title songs, and he's gonna come back as one of the Dark Knights. He said, "Ooh, Joyce dies? I don't know about Joyce dying." Now, Joyce would sacrifice herself for Will or Jonathan. But my thing is like Jonathan and Steve both can't live. That's why I think Steve gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Nancy would be happier with Steve. But it's like, will Jonathan sacrifice himself for Will? I don't know. Like I could see Hopper dying though. Hopper been trying to die for a minute. The Russian shit. Like Hopper been trying to get up out of there. Like he had the bomb strapped to his chest. Like Hopper been trying to take himself up out of there. So like if Hopper died, it wouldn't be a surprise. I don't see Joyce dying though. It's like Bob Newby died. I don't know. I could see Vecna letting his real person come out. I could see Henry coming out and sacrificing himself. I could see Hopper dying, and I could see Steve dying. I don't know. You think 11 dies? I think 11 is kind of like Moana at the end of Moana 2. She came back as the demigod. I see like if 11 survives, she won't have powers when it's over. I can't see 11 and Will dying. You know what I'm saying? Because like if 11 and Will die, where does that leave Mike? I know a lot of people saying they think Luke is gonna die to save Max. If Lucas died to save Max, like just think if Lucas died to save Max, then Billy and Lucas being die, like where does that leave Max at? Like that's crazy. But it's the final season, so Mike just moves on. He can't move on. If Will, see that's the thing about the character arcs. Like if Will and 11 die, Max. I mean, what the hell? If Will and 11 die, like Mike will be ripped in half. So I think you got to kill people that ain't attached to nobody. That's why I say like like
From the shotgun, it's down. Under pressure, and he'll go down.
you can see Hopper dying because he get his daughter already gone, and 11 is like the daughter he never had. She would be okay if she have Mike, but if you take Will and 11 away from Mike is cooked. I don't know, man. Like, I can't figure it out. So we all agree. I think Hopper been trying to sacrifice himself so long. When he go, it's like it's about time, right? Because you know his daughter gone. 11 is still have Mike. You know what I'm saying? She be alright. But she still would be scarred though, cause like Dr. Brenner gone, her mama's gone, her auntie sold out, and Hopper died. But see, if Joyce die and Will and Jonathan live, they'll have each other, they'll have brothers, but like they'll be messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be messed up. Right. Hopper don't live and 11 die. So like they kind of tied to each other. He said, which means Mike. So maybe Will or Joyce dies. I think Will dies because all these seasons Joyce been so overprotective since he got abducted. And then like on the trailer, she letting him use his shit. Like, okay, if you want to go in there and fuck up Vecna, like go ahead and do it. That's your choice. Almost like she's sending him knowing he going into battle to not come out. But if Will die and Jonathan and Nancy don't be together, does that, like, Steve gotta go? If Jonathan and Nancy stay together, Steve gotta die. That's why I say I think Henry dies and he sacrifices himself like Billy did once his human element come out. I think if 11 survive, that means Callie gotta go. All right, so Henry, Vecna, Callie, and then take your pick. Either Hopper or Steve gets it. I don't see a world where Dustin or Lucas die. I don't see a world where Dustin and Lucas die. I could see Will sacrificing himself, but I can't see. You think Hopper and Steve go? Yeah. Sheesh. All right, so we on record. Callie goes, Henry goes, and a sacrifice like Billy. And you saying Hopper and Steve die? Robin die too?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
I don't think Robin die. Okay, I could see Robin dying with Steve. Robin would be kind of like Eddie Munson last season. Yo, so New Jersey, what's good, my boy? Mike, do you watch Stranger Things? I could see Robin and Steve dying. He said it'll make sense. Hopper dies for 11. Steve and Robin dies because at the end of the day they really love each other. Okay, so at the squawk is Will, Robin. Who at the squawk is Will, Robin, and Mike, right? At the squawk when they getting ready to light up the Demogorgon. The wifey got you on it, man. I wish you was caught up. I ain't trying to play spoiler for you. Cause they was lighting up the Demogorgon. Who was in that picture? Who was in that picture when they was lighting up that Demogorgon? Hey, look, I tell you what. If y'all watching on Facebook and YouTube, watch on Kick or Twitch. I'm about to reload the stream. Give me a 30-second break. We're gonna be able to watch this so I can see it. We're gonna go through these theories. So pull up on Kick and Twitch in like 30 seconds. That way we can actually watch this because we can't watch it on YouTube and Facebook. Then we're gonna continue the stream. All right. God first.